welcome to Loss of Lieutenant, another exciting episode. Tonight is episode 152, the second part of the Burn City Brawl Pimp My List experience. Tonight I am joined by fellow co-host Nick.
Hello.
Tristan.
Hello.
Joshua.
Hi.
And once again we are joined by a very special guest and well-known nomad bootlicker, Infinity the Dante.
Hey, great to be back, Jordan.
Hello, good sir. What happens? What is your name? I think you pulled a Jacob.
Did I? Everyone knows who I am. I'm Jordan. I'm the funny one.
That's true.
Anyway, before we do get into the main topic of tonight's episode, which is the second part of our Pimp My List experience, where we are covering a fair few lists again, we do have upcoming events to talk about. So coming up, the event that we are pimping lists for, Burn City Brawl 2025 from the 13th to the 14th of September at the Gaming Arena Coburg in Victoria. Still tickets available at $80 a pop. Missions are Hammer of Dawn, My Custom Mission, B-Pong, Evacuation, Firefight, and Capture and Protect, also known as the mission lineup of Satan's Asshole. Thanks, Tristan.
You're welcome.
And also, Infinity Gamer has the mission competition that he's currently running. He's asking the community to help assemble a library of custom missions to spice up tournaments, and the submission info can be found on the Infinity Gamer YouTube channel. The link for that will be in the description of this episode. All right, shall we get straight into it?
Let's go.
Yes.
All right. Oh God, I'm first as well. I should have double checked this. All right. So first of all, we have Trent, one of the players from Darwin, who isn't unfortunately being able to come down to BCB this. Still wanted to submit lists. His first list is a Maximus list that he had for. Well, his prompt was just the list codes, unfortunately, as is Trent's tradition. But I did ask him, and he said both lists were sort of designed to be able to do every mission potentially, with a angle towards opponent, table design, that sort of stuff. But they are very much Trent lists through and through. So list one has Maximus Lieutenant, Tech B, Mulebot Evo Hacker, Mulebot Deactivator Repeater, Banshee KHD, Sierra Dronebot with Thunderbolt, Machinist with his Powerbot, 2 Jackal Mine Layers, the Drummer with the Hyper Rapid Magnetic Cannon, a Blink with the Heavy Rocket Launcher, the Magistrate Chain of Command, 2 Jackal FTOs with my preferred split of the weapon loadouts. Good job, Trent. Appreciate that deeply. And the Beast Hunter FTO with the Heavy Flamethrower, Panzerfaust, and AP Mine. So I had some thoughts. So I did in fact end up doing 2 versions of this list. The first one I tried to stick sort of as close to Trent's original as I could, where I only tweaked a few things to sort of hopefully make the list maybe play a little bit better. So if you can see from my version, it's essentially the same. It's the Maximus Lieutenant, the Tech B, Mulebot Evo Hacker, Banshee with a Warcore 360 Visor, Sierra Dronebot, the Machinist with no Powerbot, because I'm pretty sure he's almost certainly going to be sitting just behind the Sierra Dronebot at all times. Mm-hmm. And if you're needing to repair your Drummer, it's better to just hit it with a fucking Speedball if possible, because it doesn't have Rempres, and I really don't want to risk Whip 12 to repair it that first time. I'd rather just try and buy it that second life with a Speedball if I can. 1 Jackal Infiltrating Mine Layer, the 17-point Yamabushi, because I had the 16.1, but we were at 299 points exactly, so we got to make the upgrade and give him that Tac Bow +1 burst, baby.
Oh yeah.
The same Drummer with the Hyper Rapid Magnetic Cannon, the Infiltrating Mine Layer Jackal, Magistrate Chain of Command, the 2 Jackal FTOs, and I left the Blink in.
Woo!
So the only real change I made was to sort of get rid of one of the S4 bases to turn it into the Warcore, use some of the points I had left over from cutting the Powerbomb, to buy myself a Yamabushi instead, just because you really want that close assault option to kind of be able to go into DZ, clear out some problematic things before you potentially send something like Maximus forward. And I really think that in Kestrel, if you aren't playing at least like 1 Yamabushi or a Pano Beast Hunter, there are definitely some questions that I have about that list. So here I am, Trent, on my knees, begging you, please, for the love of God, put Yamabushi and Beast Hunters in your list. Camo Beast Hunters, not the 9.1.
Yeah, so the Beast Hunter FTO doesn't count because
Yeah.
as soon as I see that in a list, I want to go find the points to round it up or just remove it.
It losing Mind Layer was just so brutal for that profile ever being taken ever, unfortunately. The other thing I did as well is I split the Jackal Mind Layers between 1 and Group 2. I talked about it last episode. I really don't value the ability to coordinate them because they're irregular, so you can't get value the troop numbers. And then on top of that, it's just better to have them 1 in each group so they can use their own irregular order as well as any remaining orders that you have in that group to just kind of see if they can get lucky. So this was staying very true to Trent's prompt. Staying very true to his prompt and just trying to streamline the list a little bit. My second version is...
I have a question!
Oh, you do?
So when it comes to like 17-point Yamabushis and 17-point Beast Hunters,
Yep.
are you saying that if you can only have one, you take a Yamabushi?
I think I like the first Yamabushi over the Beast Hunter. I think. I think that is the gut feeling heuristic that I have currently, is that I like the Yamabushi a little bit more as the first inclusion. It being regular as well helps a little bit. The only thing you're really missing is the super jump, which is super valuable. But I just really like having that close assault option with punching. The fact you also just get the tack bow as well for free. It's like +1 burst. It helps.
Okay.
While I'm not impressed by attack bow, I think it being regular is pretty valuable. You can fit in a lot of very high value irregulars in a Kestrel list. So to buy yourself a bit more equity with those irregulars is pretty valuable. With the Beast Hunter FTO, Trent was maybe trying to link it in that Magistrate Haris, but they can't core.
No.
So maybe Trent, if you thought that could be a core, that's not the case. And if you are trying to do like a mix and match thing, you're just kind of leaving a weird Jackal FTO sort of in the range.
Yeah.
So So yeah, I like the change a lot. Very imminently reasonable change.
I'm going to be a bit contrarian and say that I think the Pano Beast Hunter is probably better price at 17 points than chucking a Yamabushi in there.
You could definitely go either way. I just went with
like the amount of times that people have gone, I'm just going to dodge, like I'm going to dodge, shoot, so like the Yamabushi say, and I lay a chain rifle on it, and then they make their save and I fucking die. Like when a Beast Hunter is laying 2 heavy flamethrower saves, you're more likely to just kill stuff with the Beast Hunter.
Yeah,
like if you're going to suicide it into something, you're more likely just to murk something with the Beast Hunter, unless you're CCing it. And then like your value there is coming from Yamabushi. I think the Yamabushi also has dogged, so like
that was
a little bit.
I'd rather have the first bit of CC and then also a template weapon rather than a better template weapon and worse CC for the first one of those camo options.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Plus, I mean, again, being regular is big.
I think the extra 4 inches up the table is pretty big too.
That's true.
Yeah. I think they fill slightly different roles. Like if you do just want that suicide cruise missile, I think maybe you do want the Beast Hunter if you can fit that irregular equity in the list.
Yeah.
But I think the Yamabushi, he's has a lot more general uses outside of that. He can be very good in a midfield where the Beast Hunter can be like, he's okay, but he's usually always suiciding. And the dogged is really nice. So I think slightly different roles. But with the irregular balance, you probably do maybe want the Boosh in this list unless you want to stretch it a little bit.
Yeah, again, it's entirely up to player preference. I'm just on my knees begging Trent to please use those troops that Kestrel has access to, please.
Pick one of them, please.
Pick one, please.
As long as you're using one.
All right.
If the plan is to suicide the model, does it really matter if it's regular or irregular?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it depends when you want to do the cruise missile. You might want to suicide it in turn 2 or turn 3, but no, that's a good point as well.
Yep.
But I've never not spent a Beast Hunter's irregular order in a turn, like even if it's just staging it forward or Like, I just don't like. It's a bit of. I think it's a player preference kind of thing. Like, I value the extra template and the heavy chain run. Like, I think you're threatening far more targets with a beast hunter, with the Pano beast hunter especially, than the Yamabushi. But like, it's much of a muchness, really.
Yeah, it's
what are the kids saying nowadays? Why MMV mileage? So
it's so much of just like whatever you as a player prefer is what you're going to get more equity out of those two. So the second one where I made more changes. So my version of his list one. Again, Maximus Lieutenant, Magistrate Chain of Command with the 2 Jackals, Banshee KHD, your Tech B, Mulebot with the Evo hacking device, Jackal Infiltrator, Beast Hunter 17-point option, and then in the second group we've got the Drummer, this time the 47-point one where you get the FO bot and the multi-HMG. Yamabushi 16-point version, the Fennec Force with the Triangulated Fire Thunderbolt +1 burst, the Hacking Device, and the Forward Observer, and then the Jackal Infiltrating Mine Layer.
Man, that is a wildly efficient 47 points. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is a sick switch. I like this change a lot. Like there's so much. I mean, the original list, it feels a bit kind of one note in the sense that it's all going to support that Maximus. In this list, I feel like you got a lot more moving pieces going on, which I think is gonna turn out in case something bad happens to Max.
Yeah, you're losing a bit of firefight equity because you're playing more specialists that are probably going to die. But at the end of the day, again, I think we talked about it last episode. In most games of firefight I've played, the number of specialists killed has almost never mattered for me. It's always been classifieds and just points overall killed that have mattered way more. But yeah, so I kind of realized today almost that I'd maybe, because this was the original Pimp that I made, like I maybe changed the list like way too much from where it started. So I made the first one where I tried to sort of stay a lot truer to what the original list contained. And this second one is more just Jordan tries to make a good Maximus list.
I mean, you haven't changed an incredible amount. Like, you've dropped the Blink, upgraded the Drummer, and then kind of tweaked some bits and bobs elsewhere, put in the Close Assault. I don't think it's too much of a far cry from the original.
Yeah, hopefully not. Like I said, I removed the Sierra as well because I think Kestrel has just enough ablative ARO nonsense to sort of, you almost always are able to buy yourself that first turn. And something I like as well with the new Drummer setup is the multi-HMG is just kind of an annoying ARO, like opt to do so, because you throw enhanced reaction on it after you finish shooting with it with marksmanship, and then it just hangs out on a corner and just lobs burst 2 explosive rounds downrange. And like your opponent's never going to feel more disrespected than when like they lose an actual model to this stupid robot with a multi-HMG strapped to it.
It's not even worth anything if they kill it.
It's worth nothing. But yeah,
if you're after a little bit more ARO, you could probably switch it to the Neurosynec foyer back, do the same thing, and be burst 3 explosive in ARO.
Please don't start that argument again. Ivory's going to join the fucking chat.
What do you mean argument? What argument's that?
Their dislike of the Neurosynetics foyer back.
Oh, I'm summoning Ivory.
But yeah, no, I think this list is super cool. I would play it. But the first change I'd make is I'd change Maximus to a Tick Blind Lieutenant +1 order. But legally I was not allowed to do that. So I guess onto the second list, unless anyone has any other questions about that.
Great spitting.
Okay, cool. So same prompt basically of mission agnostic, opponent table dependent. So we start off with a Red Eye, Trent's version of the Fennec Force, where it's 2 hackers instead of the Forward Observer. Machinist with Palbot, Drummer FO with the Drummer FO option. The Magistrate Chain of Command with the 2 Jackal FTOs, Sierra Drone Bot, Tikbalang Lieutenant +1 order, another Drummer Forward Observer, a Mule Bot with Deactivator Repeater, a Tech B, and the Beast Hunter FTO once more.
Can I just point out, I don't think that list is mission agnostic in the slightest. I think Trent's just saying that because that is an evac list through and through.
Yeah, but the bots can't evac.
Who cares?
Little mans can.
Yeah.
The mans are gonna run.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. Yeah, yeah.
So going into this, I know what the non-negotiables in this list are. I know that I stay in there. I know how much Trent loves his fucking red eye. So my version of this list is a Magistrate Chain of Command with 2 Jackal FTOs, same loadout. Banshee KHD, which I added to the list because I think you just need it. The red eye, 16-point Yamabushi, Sierra drone bot. My version of the Fennec Force, where we save the 3 points and play the forward observer over the equity missions. And then Group 2 has got the Tick Blang Lieutenant +1 order. I kept a drummer with his drum bot forward observer, a machinist with his power bot, the mule bot deactivator repeater, and a walker visor. You probably moved the machinist into Group 1 instead of Group 2. That was just I think I just sort of didn't remember that you probably do that when you've got the Tick Blang in Group 2.
I was thinking maybe you should move the drummer into Group 1, because I might just need the orders to do that, the evac and that sort of mission.
Potentially. But yeah, I just tried to move some stuff sideways, give it a little more reach in different missions. Because especially for something like if you want, the Banshee does so many classifieds on its own, and your opponent can't interact with it until you choose to let them. So you're almost always going to be able to complete a number of classifieds with it, regardless of what you're, thankfully. And again, we changed the Fennec Force around just because the forward observer, again, it gives reach in different missions. It gives you an option for evac as well. If heaven forbid, fucking Fusilier Angus needs to run forward to grab some fucking civilian. And yeah, otherwise we just added in those 2 nano, the 2 Kestrel, like, camo, fast-moving warband fuck pieces as well. Because you just need stuff like that, unfortunately. In this economy, you can't build a Kestrel list without at least one of them, and I like to have both in every list.
I understand both of these lists are meant to be, like, mission agnostic, table dependent. But if you were to take these 2 lists to BCB, what do you think your, I guess, kind of preferred mission split would be? If you had to come up with one.
So Maximus list for Hammer of Dawn, this list for evac probably, and then Capture and Protect is probably Maximus as well. Firefight is probably this list, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then, what's the last mission?
Beepong.
Beepong, probably this one as well, because the forward observer drum, you get 2 pushes of the button when you slam them into a point.
I see. That's cool.
Yeah, I think
Oh no, sorry. Beepong can be either, because my version of list 1 had forward observer with the multi-HMG and the forward observer bot, so you can do it either way then.
I think it kind of comes down to whether or not Max gets his value against your opponent.
Yep.
Like, if you're playing the tick into Vanilla Nomads or Tunguska, or, like, I know you're going to have linked pitches, you're like, I'm just going to take Max, I guess?
Yeah.
Because otherwise the tick just gets isolated, it counts as an LT kill, you're on the back foot.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't count. If it's isolated, it doesn't count as an LT kill.
No,
Doesn't
it has
it?
to be killed.
No,
No.
it has to be killed.
But it does set it up for a multi-lieutenant kill later in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes to the magistrate, which is a much squishier target.
Or they just steal it then, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, the kind of downside, I guess, of these lists being or attempting to be mission agnostic is you're playing in both lists. So you can set up those potential chain kills in Firefight, unfortunately, but that's just sort of a risk you're going to have to take if that's the way you want to build for these missions, I think.
Do you think the Red Eye is more of a vanity pick?
Yes.
So I was going to say...
Red Eye is not a... Like, I don't think with the mission lineup that you've got, I don't think the Red Eye is a good pick. Like, it's just... like it's
I-
arse. Like
I don't.
you
I
know,
don't think.
the mission lineup rewards speed and the ability to interact with others, and the Red Eye has one of those things. But because it can't do Hammer of Dawn, it can't do evac, it can't do
Beepong.
Bpong, there's almost like no point. Like, sure, you could run it in your firefight. No, can't do catch and protect either. So you could run it in your firefight list. And this list, you might not be taking for firefight because Max is just a better LT for firefight than the Tick Bullet.
You're insisting on bringing a piece that cannot interact with a game object in a mission lineup that is obsessed with interacting with game objects.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't see the value of the. Trent is not playing in BCB, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't see the value. Like, if I got into a game and my opponent's like, I'm playing Kestrel, and I'm like, cool, and then they put a Red Eye down in evac, I'm like, fantastic. You're not doing the mission. You might kill all of my things. Great. You're not doing the mission. So, whatever.
Like,
Red Eye's fine, I guess, but
instead of the Red Eye, if I was given the option, the Red Eye would instead be the Hectari Pathfinder duo, probably.
yeah.
Because that does the mission and it moves up the table really well.
Yeah.
Um,
I think vehicles are a profoundly great
idea.
Especially in Annihilation, like or Decapitation. In the game of Infinity, I don't know if the way that they did vehicles the way that they should be done.
I think
I don't think a
the Red
Go
Eye-
pod is too much of a like list bearing thing that you
No,
couldn't
Go
take it in
no.
this. Like something that's low 30s is like fine. Mid
Look,
40s.
I think the Go pod's a pretty like obvious outlier to the general pattern of the vehicles.
I think there are several vehicles that are good, or at least viable. Either that, like the Red Eye, where you're like, okay, or Go Pod, where it's expensive but it does work for itself, or like, was it the Zyback, where it's like it's just cheap for what you get. Like it's too cheap to argue over, but the mission lineup for BCB is so hostile to vehicles because of the high amount of interaction you need, especially for pieces that are up the board. I don't think we can get a good sampling of vehicles at BCB at all.
The best and first vehicle is the JSA one, the Shikami.
I think you mean the Garuda in OSS.
Oh yeah, the Garuda is also.
I think no, hold
Garuda
on.
can't do evac, so
That's true. That's true. But how about the one that shits out crazy koalas?
Lunacard?
Exactly, Dante.
So for this list, is there a concern that you're running two S7s?
Yes.
Okay. So that's part of the table dependent.
What?
It's, can
I thought it
deploy
Tick Blang's
two
S6.
S7s?
Tick Blang's S6.
Tick Blang's S6.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Again,
Problem
the
solved.
point no longer the problem solved. The point's
Again,
moot, I guess.
coming into this, I knew the Red Eye was a non-negotiable piece, and I had to within that being in the list.
Okay.
And it's just a like aspect. I don't think personally that Kestrel is actually where the Red Eye does its best work. I think it does its best work in vanilla. If you're going to take it, I think vanilla can sometimes want a piece like that more than Kestrel, which sort of has an embarrassment of riches in terms of the things it gets to build with. But like I said, I know Trent. I know that the Red Eye was probably going to be a non-negotiable piece in the list, so I built within those limitations that I was handed.
It's still pretty impressive that you can fit this much in a Kestrel list.
Oh, you can fit an insane amount in a Kestrel list. It's
I've been
ridiculous.
building vanilla combined lists. You can fit so much. N5 is like you can fit so like slaps car on roof. You can fit so much in this list. Like it is, it's insane. Everything's so cheap.
The more I do build Kestrel lists, though, the more at times that Tick Belang Lieutenant can feel pretty fucking load bearing in terms of like what it does for action.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, enough about Kestrel.
Thank fuck.
Ooh.
We go from
goodness,
action with guns to no guns.
No guns at all.
You say no guns, but I'm looking at the end of that list, and it's just.
Oh yeah, well, you know
those aren't guns.
Yes, they are. Those
aren't guns. Those are speed bomb. Those are speed bumps that speak Japanese.
These are This is an Oban list by Kiratze. I don't know where they are. I assume that they are out of the country. I don't know.
I believe this is an IGL submission.
IGL, cool.
Oh no.
They have. I'll just read their little blurb. They've said thanks for the great content. Little blow smoke up the bum. Kiratze is a newer player that's only been playing for a few months and picked up Oban as their first army. You poor sweet summer child. I've been there. I've done that. Thankfully, you're in N5 with better than N4. It's been loving the game, and it's easy to find. Easily my favorite service game. Lao, perfect. Luckily, have had a local group that's been helping them learn and comfortable basic rules. Fantastic. Never played in a 5-round tournament before, so I thought this would be a great exercise to make a list for it. Cool, that's what Pick My List is for, so well done. This is list 1. List 1 is made with... we have a duo of 2 Shikamis, 1 of each profile, motorized Yojimbo, 2 Ryukin heavy rocket launchers, a Garon HMG, the Total Reaction HMG, a Flash Pulse bot, a Pangolin Evo Hacker, a 6-point Yarn Yarn with the heavy pistol, and the APCC weapon. Group 2 is the Kosho Rider Lieutenant and a 5-man core of Kisotsu with a Kisotsu Hacker, a Kempai Chain of Command, which counts as Kisotsu, and 3 Kisotsu BS Attack -3 Thunderbolts. So this, I guess, is ARO, the list. General ideas behind this. Duo Shikami is main attack pieces. Motorized Yojimbo for early smoke and defense. Kuroshi Rider LT for the FO bonus and extremely good evac potential. Now, spot that they wanted Kuroshi as evac potential, but unfortunately is not is an impetuous model, so can't do evac. Heavy aero net, we've seen that. That is certainly a heavy aero net. And a Evo Hacker for the extra order in Hammer and marksmanship for the TR bot or Fairy Dust, the Shikami. So this is my pimped list. I annoyingly really like this. This is right up my alley in terms of like Oban lists.
I was going to say, are you sure you didn't write this first list?
I could have. I absolutely could have.
They said they're a massive fan of the podcast, so they might have seen 20 of your lists already.
So I have rewritten this list. So group 1 is now the 2 Shikamis, another duo of Kuroshi Rider and a shotgun, 2 Ryukin heavy rocket launchers, a Flash Plus bot, and a war core. Group 2 is now Yojimbo, Samsa, and the same Kisotsu Hacker, the Kempai Chain of Command, and 3 Kisotsu Thunderbolts. So there, like, I couldn't really fault the first list. It's fantastic. What a list! It's great. The only problem is that you're a bit light on the specialist to do evac. So what I've done, I think that we've got enough ARO on the table. The HMG and the Evo bot was a bit overkill. You could just find an extra regular or something if you really needed to. So Arigoto and the Kuroshi Rider duo. Now, I need to just quickly check something. I'm fairly certain these she does, but I'm just checking to see that Kiroshi does count as an Arigoto. Thank fuck. So Arigoto is the Arigoto and Kiroshi are a duo, so slightly more reliable smoke grenades with Kiroshi. You've got a shitload of vision denial in these lists, so there's not much more to say about that one. You can split them apart. The Arigoto is fantastic. I'm just going to kill something piece, and so is Kiroshi. Samsa is a midfield super jumping specialist that can do it, and I think is quietly the best gun in Oban, because it is BS13, Min3, and plasma, but dies to a stiff breeze. So just be careful about what you shoot. So that's my list for Hammer of Dawn and Evac. What do you guys think about that? Bit good changes, bad changes. What do you reckon?
I think Samsa was a good choice.
Yeah.
I like
Two
Samsa.
guys who played Capucalchi. Yeah, we like Samsa.
Good. The only thing I think that stands out as this list is maybe missing is that Rushi with the Red Fury Mind Dispenser. But otherwise, I like just about everything that's in there. Boy, howdy, have I been
Hammer of Dawn. Useful Hammer of Dawn, but not like it's a bit meh. You could cut a Ryukin, I guess, if you really, really wanted to.
Yeah. I've been so Rushi filled over the last like 5 months with people. It's so good. It's so good.
It actually is great. You could even cut your Jimbo.
Damn.
Which seems sacrilegious, but that's exactly it's the perfect points. You've got 1 point remaining. Your Jimbo can come out. You can Rushi Mind Dispenser in.
The Rushi can kill a Kahu probably. Your Jimbo can't do that.
Probably got enough vision.
Shut the fuck up, Jordan. The only issue with the Rushi being not in there is that because there's no baggage in this list, you are one and done with the mines.
That's true.
I like a Rushi with baggage in the list, so you can just spend its order every turn and just go pong pong. I've chucked out 2 mines. And then the baggage reloads it, and then bonk bonk, I've chucked out 2 more mines. So it's really good for that, but otherwise, it's
totally.
The list is great. Either. Like I think I would have a lot of fun playing the list. I just think Samsa is just a bit of a better inclusion over the HMG. I know that Australia as a meta has been down on talked about this last episode. Has been down on the whole put marksmanship on the TR bot thing, and you can fit so much more into a list now. It's not the one and only.
It really feels like the time for that has sort of.
Well, it's a choice to make, not the default, obviously better choice.
100%. No, I really like this. I think you have taken a list that you could have written and you made some changes that you would make to it.
Yeah.
The only thing I might potentially want to consider is maybe a what are those sneaky little fuckers called?
Ninjas.
An Oni Waban. Just for maybe the idea that in Hammer and Evac, your opponent might have a single piece that they rely on to do those missions, and you might be able to just scalpel them, and then you're like, aha, you have this, and now I have 2 Shikamis that will just fuck off up the table and do the mission really, really well. I don't know though. I think that's me. I think that's just playing into the Oban playstyle a little bit.
There's one way you do that. You cut the Kenpai and one of the Thunderbolts. You put your Kisotsu Lieutenant in with a decoy, and then you change the Arigoto to whatever you want.
An Oni-Waban.
An Oni-Waban, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, because I think if you go second and someone puts a picture down on those 2 Shikami, I think that could be pretty scary. I think Samsa and another little bit of spice like the Oni-Waban could help insulate you against that a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Very nice.
I mean, if you're going second against someone with pitches, you put your Shikamis as far apart from each other as you can, and you don't have them as the duo. So your opponent has to go for one of them, and you use the other one to its max effectiveness. So there are ways around it.
Yeah,
100%.
Yep.
What are we doing in list 2?
Okay, list 2 is for Kiratze's put. This one is for firefight, capture and protect, and B-Pong. Has put a bit spicier. Samza, 2 Oniwaban, 1 of another Haris link of Kenpai Chain of Command, Kusatsu Thunderbolt, Kusatsu Hacker. Oh no, it's a core because there's another Kusatsu. Sorry, so it's it's a core link of Kenpai, 2 Kusatsu Thunderbolts, Kusatsu Hacker, an 11-point Yarn boarding shotgun, blah blah blah, and a Horde Observer bot. Group 2 is Motorized Yojimbo, a Rushi, MSV1 Red Fury Mine Dispenser, 2 Ryuken heavy rocket launchers, Miyamoto Musashi, and a Tanko deactivator. Some notes from Kiratze are more sneaky approach to potentially assassinate LTs and specialists with the 2 Oniwaban. LT aggressive LT. He admits that this is more experimental. They don't actually use Oniwabans, so don't know how that will go. Spoiler, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I kept it in. Seemed like a bit of a non-negotiable. Tanko and Musashi for disco balling. Samza, obviously Samza. Yojimbo, because Yojimbo. The sensor bot was to help to protect midline from camo, and Rushi for more repeater network, DZ and my Spencer, and boarding shotgun for to take out soft targets that can activate panoplies for free. So I said that the main liability with this is Hamza, very squishy specialist, and that's just one more specialist kill for your opponent in firefight. I think that the list 1 was better for B-Pong, so I'm actually going to rewrite this list just for firefight and capture and protect. So that's why we're getting a pretty major rewrite in this one. I think you need a way to spend the Oniwaban's LT order when you can't, and you need a gun. So that'll give anyone listening a little bit of a spoiler, because here is the list. It is 2 Oniwaban, one of which is the LT. The core link of Kisatsu, the Kenpai, the Kisatsu, and the Hacker. Yojimbo stays in. This one now has a Pangling deactivator repeater and a flash pulse bot. Keeps the 2 Ryukens. It keeps the Yarn with a boarding shotgun, and it adds the Daiokai. It takes out Musashi, puts in a Domaru, and adds a Daiokai. So that's a 3-man level 2 Haris. Daiokai HMG, I should say. Dealer's choice, which fire team Daiokai can point man in, can go into either Kisatsu or Domaru. With the Kisatsu link, it'll get +1 ballistic skill, so that's a thought. Got one. I think I like him in the Daiokai Domaru because he's you don't want to move the Kisatsu around too much, especially if someone's looking at. I changed Yojimbo into group 1 for the potential turn 1 capture and protect beacon steal. If you've got a line on it, just spend 9 orders on Yojimbo, plus his impetuous, and just yeet him up the table, grab it, bring back the beacon. You can do it pretty safely. Daiokai clicks heads, or Tanko discos them out. And Yojimbo can make the steal, or Oniwabans can. So it's still a little bit more experimental with gives you a little more redundancy with the Daiokai just there to punish people who put their heads up with a HMG.
Okay, I've got a first question.
Okay.
What's the argument for the 11-point Yon Yon?
They liked it in Firefight just to have access to a boarding shotgun, so they can just chuck it into the DZ. I think they had the points left over. I did originally have those points spent on something, and I cannot remember what I spent it on, and then reverted the Yarn back to the boarding shotgun. So you could probably pop the Rushi back in there somewhere, or change the Yarn down to back down to whatever, and you could use those points anywhere else. Oh, sorry. It's probably just where I'm positioned. Sorry, Luke. Bit of technical difficulties there. That's all. I think that you can spend those points elsewhere if you wanted to.
I like it. I think Oban does capture and protect ridiculously well. You can kind of just either smoke or disco ball on the thing. Only Waban chops whoever's touching capture and protect. And then you can just conga line it back to your DZ pretty much in a single turn if you have.
Well, if you're going first, no
it.
one should be touching the beacon. So it's illegal to deploy in contact with scenery with objective markers.
Everyone's been cheating against me then.
Yep.
Fucking Val.
Well, Val can.
In that case, it's even easier.
Yes. Yeah. You could probably split the Oni Warbans as well and put one into group 2. Like, there's lots of ways you can run this.
I might put it into group 2 because the Oni Warban and the Ryukin are all neg 6, probably in your DZ. So they
the LT's not. No. The LT is up there. You put it. You put it forward. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
People know what it is, but it's still.
But people don't know what it is if it's in your DZ.
Yeah, but you're not cutting anyone's head off there, are you, Tristan?
No, but you're not losing your LT either.
That's what bloody chain of command's for.
Luke has a question. How does it clear mines around the capture console? Is it just
dodge?
Right there.
What is a yarn there for, if not to clear mines around a capture console? It goes, I impetuous combat drop onto the thing. And then you've used your 11-point mine clearer very effectively.
The fucking JSA dude flying the plane just looks at the yarn. It's like, you sure this is a safe drop space? Yeah, 100%. Just pushes him out of the plane.
Yeah.
No, it's not even that. The yarn's like, I'm getting paid for this, right? And the guy's like, yeah, for sure.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
If you survive, you're gonna get a great payday.
You could even just parachute him on.
Big man.
Yeah, parachute him on, and then just yeet him towards those mines to clear them. Like, it doesn't really matter, especially if he booties up a motorcycle and moves bloody a 10-inch super jump jet propulsion.
Oh my god!
Like that Santa yarn on his motorbike.
Oh my god! All right,
love it.
Santa, no.
All right.
If it could get me a capture and protect, like a turn 1 capture and protect steal, I would have 100% just sacrificed my 11-point yarn into it. Like, I'd drop that. I think it drops on like 11, which is stupid. Or I'd just parachute him on and spend a couple of orders and get him in there. That's why he's in group 2.
Yeah, I'd kill Santa.
Well, we're going from one man's like comfort.
It's a holy savior.
So, we have 2 Ramah lists from Kev with some high bar locked in choices. So, first list. To quote Kevin, this first piece of garbage was an attempt to make Tariq work.
Oh dear, Tariq.
It's geared toward Hammer of Dawn, Firefight, and Capture and Protect. also has a pair of Quarries to go around with him. However, he likes the idea of having the 2 Quarries deployed to start with, and Tariq is the reserve drop. So if it's convenient to drop him with the Quarries, harries them up, order efficiency, or if it's not, he can drop him wherever he wants else, and Tariq is order efficient by himself, moving. He's super jump 3, right? So what? 11? No, 13 inches.
Sounds about right.
Jesus.
So the list is Tariq with AP Spitfire, Lieutenant, a Quarries NCO, MSV1, or MSV2 Mark 12, the Quarries Chain of Command, which comes with disco balls.
Yep.
2 Shihab TR bot remotes, or total reaction remotes with thunderbolts. A Beast Hunter, a Nahab parachutist with Red Fury, a Maggie pilot, and a lone Gulam hacker. Group 2, we have a pretty traditional Group 2 of Carmen, 3 Fanus, a Camille baggage bot, and a Monstrucker with drop bears, and a single Nazmat.
Goodness me, Monstruckers are 12 points now?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can already see the QK player coming out of you in like what that fucking Gulam has become in list.
Okay.
It's like, someone's been playing QK for more than a week, I see.
So, while trying to keep to his basic form, the biggest thing that sticks out to me is the Maggie pilot, because that feels like it's just a pure liability in firefight, and it doesn't really contribute to any of the missions, because it's like your tertiary backup specialist, and you've still got a Gulam hacker in the DZ before you have to worry about the Maggie pilot. Looking at that lone Gulam hacker, because it's not linking to anything, the keyword isn't that important, and Ramah has Valeria Gromos for 3 points more, who picks up BTS and pitchers, plus a zapper. On top of that, running 2 TR bots, I really wanted to fit an Evo hacker into that. So the revised list, we have the same Tariq and 2 Quarge, 2 Thunderbolt TR bots, Beast Hunter, and the Nahab Parachutist Red Fury. We've changed the Gulam hacker to Valeria Gromos. And Group 2, yes, we've dropped the Maggie pilot, changed Valeria Gromos from the Gulam hacker, and then upped the Camille baggage bot to a Camille Evo. So the list is pretty light on active turn guns that aren't Spitfire range band or smaller, which is why I wanted to get the Evo hacker in there, because that then gives you the option to potentially use one of the TR bots as an active turn gun.
It also lets you refill the disco ballers.
I previously had a Camille.
Sure.
Just with a baggage bot. They're not great active turn guns, but they're better than the list had.
Oh, look, I've been playing against Tariq a fair amount recently. James has been running Ramah as well. And he's genuinely pretty fucking good. And he's hard to stop as well. He's a pretty meaty lad. He's arm immune. And that Quaj disco baller means he can generally get in that range band pretty quick. And any targets he doesn't want to shoot at, the Quaj Mach 12 MSV level 2 tends to shore that up. And just having an NCO outlet in the same link, it's really, really good. I like the list generally. I think running one order down is never something I'm going to be entirely smiling about. And I think your Group 2 might have a risk of just running out of things to do when Carmen croaks. So maybe chucking the Nahab into Group 2 could be an idea.
That could be a good one.
But yeah, and I guess you can start. Is Val a wild card?
Valeri's a wild card. So if you need to get pitchers out there reliably at the start of the game, you can wildcard her in with the Corige to get a special die, and just put some long bomb pitchers in, let her do her thing, and then let the Corige wander off.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great, but yeah, this is very like that. That Haris is the list.
Oh yes,
and it's either going to go or it's not. But like it's been pretty good. Played against it a fair bit. It can be really annoying, and if you go first where they get a good run, it can be hard to deal with.
Yeah, the Nahab with Red Fury is probably my least favorite of the three. However, I think in this list, going for Hammer of Dawn, Capture and Protect, and Firefight, it's the correct choice. You really don't need that specialist, and the list really needs more gun. So being able to come on side of the board once the opponent has advanced, give it like Hammer of Dawn, Capture and Protect, come on behind them, and let rip with the Red Fury.
Is there not an argument for a Janissary? Because they are the same points.
Yes, absolutely. But then it doesn't meet Kevin's request.
Oh, okay. That was a hard one.
Absolutely. A Janissary list would work quite well, but he wants Tariq and Corige.
And the Nahab is just... It's in there. It's not coming out.
The Nahab is in there because it can't get shot off the board before it has a turn.
That's true.
And it also just... It provides the gun where you need it.
Oh yeah, also I'm a liar. It's Dashat, not QK, that has Valeria.
Oh, that's
think
fine.
they both. Don't they both have it?
No,
no, we've got Lax.
Laxney.
Yeah, that's who I was getting
QK gets the better one.
with. Yeah, that's who I was getting confused with. I was like, I knew it's one of them.
Oh, they're the same.
You have just made some Starco players very upset, Josh.
Spoiler alert, in N5, there are no Starco players, so...
No, they're back! They're coming back! Yeah!
Yeah, Luke has a good point. The KHD is going to smoke those hackers real quick. The Evo and the Valera.
Yeah. It is what it is. You deploy them as far back as possible.
It's awkward having the restrictions of like these 3 units that cost 120 points are mandatory, and then you have a 40-point parachutist that is mandatory.
I mean, you put them really far away from each other, and like that's the same. That's true in basically any list. Like a KHD is a good KHD is gonna smoke like any hacker in any list. Whether
I think it reduces the effectiveness of like having the pitches in the first place.
Yeah.
So if they want to spend multiple orders to kill an Evo hacker on turn 1, I'm fine with that. Like, I will gladly let them sink, several orders to get rid of an Evo hacker that is going to once or twice a game put up some assisted fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would rather them do that than the mission.
I think you're going to see a lot of combat jump in this mission lineup as well. So having the Evo hacker is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Potentially. I would make the argument that there's 2 exclusion zones and then there's firefight. So there's like parachuters.
You get to the 3, yeah.
Yeah, there's parachuters DZ and then you've got border skirmishers. So
true.
I'd rather downgrade it to a regular one and have a war core and get my happy 15 troops.
I'd probably get a second Nazmat as well if I could.
You can. If you downgrade it, you can get a war core and a second Nazmat.
Breaking the bank with this one.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of points in there to work with.
Yeah.
Tariq demands a lot of airspace in a list.
Yeah. He is fucking scary though, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he's in your DZ in 2 orders. Like
He's
one
so
order in
good for- he's
Very
Firefight.
in
hard
Hammer
to
of
defend
Dawn.
against.
He's
Yeah.
so good in Hammer of Dawn.
Yeah.
He brings 3 orders to the table as well. Like, move over, Avatar.
Like there's a realistic chance, potentially, if you get first, you just go fuck it. Dump two command tokens, put two like flash pulses into group 1, and then Tariq just man modes around with like 10 orders.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got a chain of command. So
Exactly.
yeah.
No, I've had James do that to me, and it's not fun.
No, he's so hard to deal with. Like it's actually fucked.
And when they're done, they just go, "Okay, I'll just leave him here on suppressive. Yeah, good luck."
Until he's like amazing until someone drops a viral mine in front of him, and then he goes, "Oh fuck!"
COVID shit,
coronavirus, and dies immediately. So everybody, bring your Ada Swan.
Yes, everyone play
Warning, man.
Shazvasti.
Well, Ada Swanson's in lots of factions.
All right, Nick.
So list 2.
Tell me this was
Second
written by
list is
Ken
his
without telling
favorite
me it was
double
written by
demur
Ken.
list.
He tried
He
it in
really likes
N3.
the double demur.
He tried it in N4. Now he's trying it in N5.
Yeah.
Casual 80
Apparently,
points.
he really likes the idea of rolling 6 dice. Therefore,
Yeah.
double demur.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty high chance to crit, right?
yeah. Plus, they're fast. They're specialists.
They're tanky as fuck.
He's got it set up so that they deploy with a Gulam NCO as a Haris that then allows them to use Lieutenant Order to get slightly further forward while at the same time lobbing smoke. But I'm not... Then you abandon your NCO smoke grenade launcher, and I'd rather see it in a link where it's going to be able to reliably put smoke down beyond the top of 1.
Yeah.
Howard's
So-
words.
Let's see his list. So we've got Namur Spitfire, Namur Attack Aware Breaker Rifle, Gulam NCO, Zayadin Missile Launcher, a Gulam Hacker, a Gulam Lieutenant +1 Command Token, a Gulam Grunt, a Gulam Doctor, and a Hunzakut Forward Observer. Excellent choice. Hunzakuts are great, especially in this mission lineup. Group 2.
So cheap.
Zayadin HMG duoed with Layla Sharif, 2 Fanus, Carbon, and a Beast Hunter. So that's a lot of Gulams. And I don't think you need that many.
That's Ramah.
There's a lot more you can do with them, and yes, getting the Zayadin missile launcher up to 6 cents is great. Or you could have more things that do the mission. So, the upgraded list, we've got the 2 Namurs still. The Zayadin missile launcher link is now the Gulam NCO, the Zayadin missile launcher, a Naftum Lieutenant, and a Gulam Doctor. So only 4. But if you really want to put that Gulam in with the Namurs, you still can. Still got the Hunzakut FT or Forward Observer, but now we also have a Mukhtar Forward Observer and another Fanus in Group 1. Group 2 is unchanged?
Exactly the
Yes,
same.
Group 2 is unchanged. So it doesn't drop any orders, and it goes from it drops 2 cheerleaders to get a Fanus and a Mukhtar Forward Observer. Mukhtar Forward Observer, while the Namurs are both specialists, the Mukhtar Forward Observer and the Hunzakut Forward Observer are going to let you chew through these missions as quickly as you want, especially evac. Mukhtar also is a slightly better gunfighter under the right conditions because of the mimetism, and now give it its rifle and shotgun. It also gives you another decharge model if for some reason you pull that classified. Okay. the Naphatum Lieutenant, I think is a better option if you're only spending 11 points on your Lieutenant.
Yep.
Because it picks up 3 points of BTS, a light flamethrower that hits as hard as a heavy flamethrower, and grenades at the cost of a light shotgun.
I do love a Fizz 10 grenade.
You do.
With special
I
damage.
really do. No,
Didn't you say that?
no,
last
no. I'm being
episode?
I'm being genuine. I really do like a Fizz 10 grenade. Just who knows. No, I dig it. I think
It's comical because Dante goes, fuck, the Proxy Mark 5 is amazing because it's got the Fizz 10 grenade, bro. It's so good.
It's broken profile.
So,
No,
I can't say
like
anything.
this fun.
I spent how long talking about how much I love Jackal EM grenades on fucking, what is it, 5s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
So-
I mean the
Go
Mukhtar
ahead.
is really well positioned, like with that forward deployment +4, just to nab one of the like 4 civilians, and just kind of move up the board from there. Because there is
And-
actually utility in something starting from your deployment zone, then moving up, grabbing as it goes. So I like the Mukhtar to fill that role.
Plus, the Mukhtar can anchor a Mukhtar Haris, and 2 Namurs can wildcard into it. So if you happen to deploy them nearby, you can get order efficiency by moving all of your 6-2 models at the same time while one of them goes for an objective.
Yeah, that's sick.
Can I throw out a wild idea?
Nah.
Fuck you, Dante. So, the basis of your list, the 2 Namurs, are immunity enhanced. So they're kind of guided immune, just to the pure fact it would take so many orders to kill them. I don't think you need to play the hacking game at all. I think you dump Layla and maybe try and upgrade that Mukhtar to maybe a Tuareg or get something else in. I don't actually think you need to play the hacking game at all.
Yeah, because you could downgrade Layla to a Geelong. There's 11 more points. And get the Mukhtar up to
Whether or not it's the
a,
Mukhtar or
Tuareg.
not, but you have like more options.
Mhm.
So I don't actually, aside from Layla maybe sniping a midfield hacker, I don't think the Zayden's moving into the midfield, which means Layla's not following her. So she's kind of on classified duty, but you've got 4 observers anyway.
You could have your
One
civs.
thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, you go ahead, Nick.
Layla's there for DC defense.
Yeah,
You've got 3 Fanus that are all repeaters, and she has combat instinct.
What's this mission? This list for again?
This was
doesn't
geared
say.
toward Hammer of Dawn, Capture and Protect, and other one, Bpong and Evac.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
it just means less. So
Yeah.
yes, like fantastic. I think Layla's better serviced in this mission lineup in Capture and Protect, Firefight, and Hammer of Dawn, just because the things that are going to be in there are stealthy, probably maybe heavy infantry. So I think she finds more value in the other mission, so therefore the other list. So whether or not Tristan's right, you can just completely ignore it. Either either.
I like having Layla there. You can cover your HVTs and your civilians with those repeaters. Then, if anything hackable comes in to try and nab them, Layla's suddenly a big problem. I just want to say, I think the Zayden, I think that duo is cooked. I think that's an amazing duo.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I saw it and I was like, wow. Is that a level 2 duo? And then I was like, oh man,
Yes,
N5
it is.
N5 is just everyone cooking to find the best duos they can, and I think this is one up there. If Layla had pitches, it would be incredible.
If Layla was Valyria,
I looked at it. Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, my first reaction was like, is that legal? Like that's so good that can't be legal.
Yeah, Zayden can anchor, and Layla counts as a Gulam, which the Zayden counts as well.
So Dante, I'm gonna
It's actually insane when you look at the sectorials that are allowed to like line trooper duos. It's like this is insane. Like they could not give this to everyone.
Yeah, I said it. I'll say it in the future. Dakini getting duos is it's God's gift to OSS. Like, it's crazy.
So Dante, how much do you think one carbonite in ARO is actually worth? I think
$1 million bajillion.
It depends on what, like, so it depends on why you're getting that carbonite, right?
It's worth more than an intruder multi-sniper.
But so even then, if it's for like AROs on HI grabbing stuff, I think a Gulam hack is better purely for for Oblivion. I think Carbonite's way too easy to save against.
It's about equal.
That's what DA ammo is for, fool.
Yeah,
Yeah, DA on PS7.
DA7 is about the same as
PS4 AP.
4 AP. Yeah, the maths would be almost identical.
And
I don't think a lot of people are going to face check that risk either. That's
no,
like it's more of a
you're also suffering, like there's like you're probably also getting a flash pulse from it. You probably also try like you've got to layer it. Like it's got to be against the mine against a mine as well as Layla's carbonite as well as a flash pulse for it to be like the best. But like you need to the most effective hacking defenses that I've come across. I know I've played a lot of Achilles, and other stealthy HI because JSA. It's the ones that layer those really, really well. So where you've got your flash pulse tucked around a corner. So if they round it, they have to cop a flash pulse, and the hack. It just sort of means that. I think it is actually really important.
I do agree. I think there is the idea that you could downgrade layer and upgrade something into a Tuareg hacker, and then they don't even expect it, and then it's also a Whip 15 hacker.
I don't know.
One thing that I was looking for points to upgrade, the Hunzicut for 4 points more can pick up shock mines. And having that in the midfield might also be a good way to spend 4 points.
Also has depth reps.
Yeah, but you'd be getting rid of the hacker to do it.
Oh, right. Yeah, fair. Never mind.
So if you were to kill Layla and get a Tuareg, are you upgrading the Mukhtar?
Yeah, I think you're upgrading the Mukhtar.
Yes.
I like the Mukhtar starting from +4 inches. Like I think that position.
Well, I mean, the Tuareg starts at the same spot. It's not a forward observer, I will admit.
But it doesn't have legs. It hasn't got those legs.
And the Mukhtar is more survivable. It's got NWI.
It
watch how his feet move.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell you what, though, we were talking about ways to defend against Tariq, and that Tuareg mine layer has a viral.
So I guess, guys, Kev has asked in the chat because what do people think of the double Namur?
It's going to fuck things up.
I think it's an 80-point duo, and that if you like that, it's all yours to have fun with.
Kev, you've got like a 30% chance to crit. Go out there, roll some dice, have some fun, make some noise.
Yeah, I think it's a better duo than it was in N4 because of the collapsed options.
100%.
Where now, yes, you've got the Spitfire, or you've got the TAC-aware that has everything but the Spitfire.
Yeah,
it's also Kev running it, who's run it for like bloody 10 years, come hell or high water. So, and I think I've said it on the cast before. Kev is a fucking menace with those no more.
Pilot expertise has to count for something.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
That is an X-Visor Spitfire.
It is an X-Visor Spitfire with 6 dice.
Yeah, so you just shoot shit at 40 inches.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
You got like a 28% chance to crit.
Best thing Tristan said all day.
With the TAC-aware one, that's also an X-Visor breaker rifle that's throwing 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
We're so deep in like we're really trying to justify the 8 duo depths here, where it's like it's an X-Visor Spitfire, guys.
Yeah,
we're so.
Jones does that. Jones really good.
It's true.
But it also comes down to he enjoys running them.
Yes.
exactly right.
And I mean, it's well supported with 2 Zayden as well, so it's not like you're only running Spitfire guns.
Yes,
What
but
happened?
you're not throwing your Namor against moderate arm arrow. They only punch down. It's like Achilles or a Sphinx. All they do is shoot down at things, and
like-
that's it.
At least those 2 manure are still cheaper than a Sphinx, though.
You're true.
Luke's just like, yeah, but what happens? What happens? It's like, well, you kind of look at your opponent and you're like, my Namura's sad now. Are you happy? You've made the super soldier sad.
And they go, yeah, okay, cool. I am happy. I'm so happy about that.
All right.
Oh, God.
Enough theory crafting of Ramah.
All right, Kev.
Okay.
No, Kev, give us
No,
2
no.
more lists. More.
No more. All right, we have something I don't think people have seen in a long time, and that's a Cosmo list.
Oh,
This comes
get
from
fucked, Cosmo.
Tim
is nostalgic.
Johnson, who
Is
is
this just
a
a
new player.
Worse CHA? Like, is that what Cosmo is?
Yeah, a little.
Can't wait for fucking Caledonia to...
It's actually just worse vanilla, is what I'm finding.
Damn.
All right. So Tim
You're
says,
such a fucking tack player.
yeah. Thinking of bringing Cosmoflot, want to run a list with Wallace for this mission. This is for Hammer of Dawn. Wallace is a must.
Ooh.
Hawk is a must. Bear is a must. Otherwise, have at it. So, the Willy Wallace fun run. We've got the Wallace LT. We have the Bear Team Alpha. We have a Varangian, an SAS Ford Observer, a random Dino, a Warcore, the Zenit Chain of Command, a Scott Guard FTO with the Ford Observer NCO SMG +1 burst, another 10-point Varangian. Group 2 is a Heavy Flamethrower Patcher, a Rockot Paramedic duoed with the Frontovic MSV1, that's a Harris. We then have a it's maybe not a Harris, I don't actually know, because Link teams are shit in Cosmoflot. We then have the Cosmo Soldat AP
sounds legal.
HMG, and top it off with Usha McNeil.
That is a 30-point
Sounds
half
good.
Swick chain of command. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's mandatory.
I'm still Phalanx has the same. So,
Yeah, but he comes
So
with the
Phalanx
clip
is a lot
smoke, you
better.
dickhead.
yeah.
So the only super unfortunate thing in Cosmoflot right now is the link teams are so restrictive in what you can add. The wildcards are terrible. So that front of ink can link with Rockets, or it can link with the Cosmo Soldat. It's one or the other, not both. So that Cosmo Soldat, I'm guessing, is by itself. That front of it's going to be in a Harris with the Patcher and the Rockot. Wallace can link with Varangians. So even though they're kind of spread out during the list, I think I would have Wallace with at least one Varangian.
Mm.
And aside from that, I think in general the list is not resilient enough. I think you're going to fold like a wet paper towel unless you are throwing the Bear on Mega ARO and Wallace on Mega ARO, because everything's pretty much one wound. And that Scots Guard, unfortunately, is kind of...
Why the Scots Guard and not the SAS, I'm wondering?
I think I would have to say, since Tim's a relatively new player, I think Tim's adding what he has from the box, potentially.
I think it's just Hammer of Dawn, Luke. This one?
This is purely for Hammer of Dawn. So, with the restrictions in place...
Oh, he's already got an SAS in there, my apologies.
He does have an SAS. He could have up to 4.
One?
No, you can have 4.
3.
3 or 4.
3.
Yeah, you can have a
Look,
crap load.
Scott's Guard, beautiful proxy.
I love a Scots Guard. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, that's sick. No,
it's
no,
not. It's not. It's not vibing. Like, it's a Scots Guard missile launcher.
Oh no, this is a Scots Guard Forward Observer.
Yeah, I know, but you need a Scots Guard missile launcher to be
It's a Scots Guard missile launcher for 2 AROs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's got a Panzerfaust.
It's got a Panzerfaust. Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say it might be in here because of NCO. However, with Wallace, that's moot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tim might not know, but Wallace can spend his LT order as a free coordinated order, which is really, really, really handy. So not a bunch of useful NCO, really. All right, we'll go on to pimpings. So, I've decided to just dump the Frontovic because it only links with Rockhots and Patches, and I want to save that for something else. So we've got Wallace, we've got the Varangian Link Glue, and the only ARO piece I can throw with it is a Volkalak missile launcher. I think it's
Sure.
Classic.
It's mid as fuck, but it's okay.
Go get some Catarans. Make a good list.
Well, if we keep going down the
Dante,
list,
I want you to think very carefully about the.
it's a harder ARO than a Cataran. We've then got a Harris of Unknown Ranger, the Patcher, and the Rockot. These are the dudes that are going to run up the table turn 1. You really want that first button press. I don't think you want to do it with Wallace, though. Spending turn 2 in loss as Cosmoflot will be pretty much game over for you.
Got chain of command. Chain of command.
Yeah, I think it's good. Fucking whatever. We have the Zenit Chain of Command. If you want to run Wallace turn 1, sure. You do have irregulars, and you're losing regular orders doing that. I don't think it's the best idea. I think he's more a turn 2 or turn 3 play.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Zenit. You've then got a Cataran T2 Sniper to help layer with that Zenit, because the Zenit does have decoys. You can kind of fake out an extra Cataran. You've got an Ermandino just for some extra smoke. Group 2 is the Bearpo team. In Harrow of Dawn specifically, I don't see it running past the midpoint. I think it's just there to be a roadblock. You've got Usha to try and scalpel out your opponent's lieutenant or chain of command. You've got the Raven Eye with the Cybermine to potentially just cut a HOD run dead. You've got a Doctor, and you've got a Warcore.
Yeah,
I'd be shitting myself so bad if Usha fucks up killing my opponent's MSV ARO piece.
I know.
Yes.
Like, you're just fucked.
Usha's carrying the biggest backpack. It's insane.
You're like, it needs to die so badly. It's like, do I just spend like the 2 extra orders and deploy her on the line instead of doing it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
she is a specialist.
Yeah.
So if your opponent doesn't have a great ARO on one of them, you can just deploy her the halfway, pick up a box, walk it in, and then do her work.
There's an exclusion zone,
because you got to walk there anyways.
It's only a short one.
Yeah, no, it's a big one for Hammer of Dawn.
It's a big one.
I still think that solves your problem of getting cucked by an ARO, like from an MSV. Honestly, I think fuck the Volkalak. I want that fucking Cosmo Soldat back, man. You just need a reliable gun somewhere in the list.
I think Unknown Ranger is still fairly reliable as a gun. If there is an MSV ARO piece, most of the time Usha can deal with it, just dumping Burst 5 into it.
Yeah, but doesn't the Unknown Ranger have MSV1?
He lost it.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's only in USA.
He's in USA, he still has it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know.
I'm not putting a Cosmo Soldat. Like the only one that has the MSV is the portable auto. You're not putting you're not running that. That's silly.
No, I'm more saying the Cosmo Soldat just have like a 2-wound gun. That can do something unactive.
Aren't the Vocalex NWI?
They are. They're immune arm and NWI. I do get what Dante's saying. The only problem there is it's going to be unlinked. And then if you take that away, your ARO presence is a Cybermine and a Cataran.
I think you find some more points for a second Cataran would be my presentation. But yeah, look, I'm not saying you got great options here. I just think, trying to make a sandcastle out of this turd.
I agree with you. I think if you're playing Cosmo nowadays, the Zenit is too expensive. You're just going to go hyper aggressive.
I think you take the Volkalak out and you spend 4 less points, and you put the Scotsguard missile launcher in. So you've got you fake out whether it's a Scotsguard or a Cataran. Or is it a decoy? Which one is it?
Josh guy's got some ideas.
He's cooking. Yeah. He's cooking.
It's
novel concept from Josh.
It's a balance. It's something.
I think the linchpin here that isn't working is the bear.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't work in HOD.
The rest of it, I think we can work around. but I don't feel like the bear does enough for Hammer of Dawn for the number of points it takes up.
So
The
now
bear is
that
asking a lot of the list.
now that the bear is forcing you to take 2 slots and 2 slots worth of points, I'm not super high on it. I used to be high on like double bear back in the day because it was 3 slots for 2. Now it's not as great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke's right. It does feel like it's missing an active turn SWC weapon.
You have Unknown
I think
Ranger,
it's
and that's about it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, what else?
You want that Cosmo Soldat back real bad.
It's time to put a Chernobog in.
All that.
That is what I would be doing. I would dump the Zenit and the bear, and I would put a Chernobog in.
Yeah, just Borg him.
Yep.
Just Borg him.
Yep.
All right.
If you want to play Cosmoflot, guys, play Vanilla Ariadna. All right, Dante.
Oh, my turn. No. All right, so we've got some Starmada submissions from Chris. Great local player, been having some games up at his place recently. So we've got some notes from him on his first list here. This list is designed for every mission but evac. Zeta clears the way for your Group 1 to advance under its guns, and if your opponent tries to null deploy, the Sarko and Varangian give you tools to punish that, and the Vidok slots you a Group 1 gun. The Psycho Droid and the pure Roadbot duo really add to your close-in defense, and the Cybermind Raveneye plays better into Dadarazi, Tariq, and other Warhorse attack pieces. The Cyber Ghost giving you white noise for the Zeta means that no arrow has a good time against her tag. Alright, so let's run through the list. We've got a Vidok, Seku Droid, Kappa Hacker, and a Raveneye forming the core. We've got a Roadbot Paramedic in a duo with the Oko Takaware. Pure duo, very nice. Cyber Ghost for that white noise. Shona Corona, a Lambda Engineer with a Yudbot. Then Group 2, we've got the Zeta Lieutenant, a Sarko KHD, a Varangian, a Flashbot, Warcore, and a Ment. So generally, I like the list. It's a fairly serviceable Starmada Zeta list. I just had a few changes, essentially. And I also did sort of dig Chris's view on the Cybermine instead of the EM mine. I think that's pretty funny. And I've kind of expanded on that. So Group 1, we've got that same link, except we've added another Raveneye. One of them has an EM mine, and one of them has a Cyber mine. So you can kind of keep your opponent guessing which one's which, and just, I don't know, try and add some mental torment there. We've kept the Cyber Ghost. I think White Noise is just too valuable to give up. But we have dropped the Oko from the Roadbot Paramedic Pure Duo. I just don't think the Oko is really doing enough for you in a lot of the missions. Like Capture and Protect, I don't think it really wants to grab the beacon. It can't evac anything in evac, and I think you could just use those points elsewhere. Shona, I really liked. She's just she's just fantastic. She can bounce really fast to pick up the beacon and Capture and Protect, or just, punish, just one tap a tag. She's fantastic. She's amazing. I've put in a Crusher Forward Observer Jet Propulsion, and the points for this have come from the Oko and from the Group 2 Sarko Killer Hacker from the first list. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of down on Sarko a little bit. I think if you're scared about an enemy hacker, I don't really know what a Sarko Killer Hacker in the midfield is gonna do about it. Because either he's gonna spend like half an order pool getting there, and then be really sad if he cooks it, or he's just gonna try and get something off of a BS11 pitcher. I think if you need to solve a problem, like a Crusher dropping in and just shooting the guy in the head is probably a more reliable way to deal with it. That gives you some more mission flexibility as well.
Yeah.
Group 2 basically stayed the same. I just put the Lambda into Group 2 just because that's how I like my engineers. And we just chucked in a Varangian Oh no, the Varangian's just the same. Yeah, that was my TED talk.
Oh,
And you gave the Lambda a cum gun. Cum gun
Yes,
turret.
I love the cum gun. I love the cum gun. Cum gun's good. Most turrets, they're not good, but the cum gun's different.
I like when you say cum gun and you look directly into the mic, into the camera.
No, I'm addressing the audience now. I'm not talking to you.
I'm the audience.
oof.
Oh well, hi Tristan. It's really good to see
Alright.
you.
Dante, would you like to fix your
cum gun.
microphone for me? You sound like a robot.
All right. Do I actually?
It
Yeah,
sounds like it's half plugged in.
Is there weird
Fuck.
feedback for everyone else, or was
Yeah.
that just okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I thought
It
I was
sounds like he's getting a
do I need
text
to-
and it's an open wire.
It's like, oh god, do I need to buy a new headset? I don't want to.
No.
All right.
I like the changes. I think the Raven Eye, one's an EM and one's a Cybermine, is just too much for you to think about. I think you just make them one or the other.
No, I like it. I think it's really fucking funny, and I think Chris. I don't know. I dug Chris's "Let's do a Cybermine," but there are also very clear advantages to the EM mine.
Why
So I
don't you tell our audience about those advantages, Dante?
Hey guys, it's Dante again. We talked earlier about the cum gun. As Chris mentioned, Warhorse has become a very prevalent ability, which means the EM mines might not be effective. So in this economy, Cybermine's a great option. If someone comes up to your little EM mine and goes, "I'm just going to dodge this stupid piece of shit," surprise! That's a reset, you dumb fucking. Yeah, so it's cool because it goes off with a whip instead of the fizz, which can be really useful and catch people off guard. And it means that if you've got those two mines down and they trigger both, it's like, oh, if I dodge, I'm getting Cybermined, and that's a mean fucking save. I mean, they're both mean fucking saves.
So Dante, I hate to interrupt you here. Your opponent will know if it's a cyber mine or an EM mine before they choose whether they dodge or reset.
Yeah, but if they run into, sorry, I'm addressing you, not the audience. But if they run into both the EM mine and the cyber mine at the same time.
Okay.
Dante, I have a question.
No.
Is it snowing in Magical Christmas Land?
Fuck yeah, it is. It's when it rains, it pours, brother.
All right. I'm glad we addressed that.
I'm enjoying the cyber mines in
I think
N5 as
Cybermine's
well.
cool. Yeah.
They're not quite as potent, but the reset allows you to set up weird forks in ARO.
Thank you, Nick. That is what I'm saying.
I think they're better.
I'm not thinking the two mines, just like
No,
I have a cyber mine here and then a gun.
Mm.
And then you choose dodge or reset.
It's the iguana and it's not in this list.
So
I don't know. I feel like I'm picking Cybermines every time because Morats are so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morats eat a lot of air.
And even then, the Cybermine being PS5 and it's 2 saves, and if it's a reset to counter that, if they pass, they don't get 2 or 3 inches movement, which is basically a free short skill. So it's kind of a win-win if they dodge it or if they fail it, really.
Yeah, it's really good for that.
I'll maintain I'm cooking with the 2 types of mine.
Okay. You know what, Dante? You can have this one.
Thank you.
It
I might
gives
not
more
get the intruder
versatility
MSV.
You're not getting the fucking
if you don't know who your
intruder
opponent
MSR.
is.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
I'm happy
man.
on both of those points.
Okay.
We do have a comment saying the EM Mine profile is also a potential LT.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Is it actually? Is it the same? Is it the same whip as the
Raven Eye?
Zeta?
It probably is.
Everything's whip 13 in Starmada.
I told you I was cooking. I was simply cooking.
You say that, and then you spend the LT.
Chef is in the kitchen.
The other thing I will mention as well, Dante, is I myself don't like my engineers mixed with my tags in the same small group. Just in case something happens to the tag and I have to repair it, and then my tag runs out of orders to do the thing that I needed it to do.
Yeah, especially when that engineer wants to put down a cum gun as well. He probably wants to be doing that from the group 1 orders. So he's not like coming on the Zeta's orders.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Josh, that one fucking got you.
One of your boys is,
That one fucking got Josh.
All right. Well, Chris, this first list, we wish you many happy comings.
And a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Is there only one list?
No,
No.
I'm not sure what happened to the second slide there.
Is
No,
it?
that's
Oh,
okay.
Is it in there,
only-
Nick?
No, it's disappeared.
You know what? That's okay.
It was there this afternoon.
I can do an ASMR for our
I
audience
deleted
No,
it.
don't do that, please.
I
of
deleted it.
Chris's second list.
Can someone make it real
All right.
quick?
So
Yeah, but you'd still have to get out of the screen screen
That's all right.
share and.
I
oh,
wouldn't have-
that's okay. That's okay. I'll yap for a bit, and you guys can try and sort something out. Whoever fixes it first wins. So we've got notes for the second list here from Chris.
Sorry, this
this
one's
list
just going to be podcast only. Okay.
Yeah,
Podcast only. Yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for Dante's second Starmada list, which hopefully is also full of cum.
I'd love that. Thank you, Tristan. So we've got some notes. This list is made specifically for evac. You have 2 forward observers that are up the board to evac civilians, an Epsilon +1 special die HMD, the G with 2 Varangians in the small group as a main offensive piece, a disco ball in group 2 and multiple support elements. The non-MSV Psychop gives you an option for white noise shooting versus marksmanship, or MSV arrows, which is a beneficial tool. Blue coat's there because it is an LT decoy. That can also be the basis of the security Harris. I felt that it was safer than the Raven Eye, but I'm unsure. Alright, so looking at the list here, you've got that Psychop multi-marksman rifle Discover +3, as mentioned in the list. I think if it's your only white noise gun, maybe it's not worth taking white noise, but I think it's a fine piece on its own. Then you've got the Raven Eye and the Kappa Hacker as well. And that can sort of form a little Haris or core with the Seku droid. Then you've got the Epsilon and Beta Trooper. That can either be a duo or incorporate the Seku droid for a Harris. On having that, I like having the +3 Discover on the Epsilon as a pure Haris team to discover shoot markers. That's pretty fun. Then you got the Cyber Ghost for the white noise, the Sarko FO, the Crusher, and then a Fuzzbot to round out that group. And group 2, you've got the Vidok multi-sniper, Psychop, Disco Baller, Blue Coat Lieutenant, and 2 Varangians. So I think this team's got some this got some issues with its link teams, I think. You're either running that Seku droid as a core with the first link, because if you run that as a link and then you run the group 2 thing as a link, you can't have the Epsilon and Beta Trooper be another Haris or core team. And I don't really think the Seku droid synergizes very well with the Psychop, who probably wants to be moving up the table to get into some kind of shooting position. I also don't like the LT in the blue coat. It just feels like a bit of a waste of points. So I tried to see what I could do about that as well. And the Cyber Ghost, I think honestly, if the Psychop is your only MSV shooting gun, it might just not be worth taking white noise, especially where you don't really have any forward deployed repeaters. You can get that picture on that sweet 11, but I know Chris isn't about that VS11 picture life either. I think the Sarg, as I said before, I'm generally kind of down on Sarkos. I mean, I get it to be there for evac, but it's like it's a 4/4 1 wound camo marker. Like, I don't think it's doing the most necessarily. And I don't know how much value you're really getting out of that Beta Trooper Doctor. Like, it's having a Doctor's nice, getting another down the Epsilon's nice, but 27 points for the privilege doesn't really feel great for me. So I've kind of retooled it a little bit into into my Pimp list, where we've kind of consolidated and changed the link teams a little bit. So Group 1, we've still kept the Psychop multi-marksman. I do kind of dig the Discover +3 if you're coming across a lot of, Gudon or Long Ya or Catarans or any other of those no mim marker ARO pieces. That Discover +3 is pretty nice. We've got a Kappa forward observer, just to do some missions if you can. You need the Kappa to form the link. and then the Psychop Killer Hacker with Disco Baller. With the Psychop's gun wanting to push more up the table, I think having the Psychop in that team, the Psychop Disco Baller in that team to cover your advance is pretty important. You can also do something funny like use the Kappa Hacker to drop a deployable repeater on something you want to zap and then go through the firewall to do it that way. That's probably more cute than order efficient. I've kept the Crusher. I've got a, speaking of lists with cum in them, I've just got a massive hard-on for the Crusher. It just does quite a bit. And then I've grabbed Bixie instead of the Sarco Forward Observer. I think she's just more likely to have a higher impact on the game. And the points for Bixie have come from the Sarco FO and the Beta Trooper Doctor. Then we've got 2 Seku Droids, Vidok, Kappa Hacker, and a Raven Eye forming the core. And I think just 2 Seku Droids with 6th Sense and +1 BS, like, it's just going to be annoying as shit.
That's an illegal link.
Why is it an illegal link?
You can only have one Seki droid per link.
Really? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Kevin!
Kevin!
Go away!
Oh, you can stay.
No, he can't. He's ruined the pictures.
Got it.
Nah, I like it. I mean, in that case, you could just put the Psychop Killer Hacker in that bottom team, put the Seku Droid up, or just do something else with those points. And then Group 2 just got the Epsilon chilling on his own. I think going from Burst 4 to Burst 5 isn't, the most impactful thing. I don't think the Epsilon generally needs that many orders to do its job either. Kept the Cyber Ghost just to give white noise to the Psychop if it really wants it. Because the Kappa can put down that deployable repeater to have a repeater to put white noise from. But again, whether that's cute or useful, not entirely sure. Then 2 Varangians and a War Core just to round it out. Also did the mission split. Sorry, also did the order split just to give the evacing models the most gas they can have.
Yep. Well, you've got that combat jump trooper in Group 1, which effectively makes it a 9-6 split anyway.
9-5 split. It's just worse.
Sure. Like it doesn't really matter what group it's in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather my Crusher come in with 9 orders, but
yeah, you always have the command token.
I mean,
it's
sad about the Seku Droid, but that's sort of just what you're getting into, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I really like the Knight of Santiago KHD over the Crusher if you can find the point.
I like the Crusher being non-hackable, basically. Like, if you lose that info war, I think having the Crusher as a backup...
It's also an FO.
That's why you have it's why you have the Knight of Santiago, because he wins the hacking and kills everything.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But then he frenzies, and it's like, fuck, now I can't give anyone high fives.
Can't he? He can still Cybermask though, right? When he's frenzied?
No.
Okay.
And if
Can't
he
be in a
is
marker state.
Cybermasked and then frenzied, he drops his marker state because he's, like, too much skin in the game.
I think now that you know the Seku Droid can't be 2 in a link, potentially you drop it to another Raven Eye and
could do.
put those 6 points into the War Core?
Yeah. That's imminently reasonable.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, getting that War Core regular would be...
I mean,
really
you only
nice for that
have
second
one.
group.
You only have one irregular.
Mm.
That's not a massive deal.
Yeah, but, like, if you go first, your opponent says, no, fuck you, strip your group 2. That could be annoying, but then, I don't know, leaving that first group untouched is probably dangerous for them anyway.
Yeah. I was also going to say, you could get the Psychop the turret, but...
I mean, yeah, the emitter turret is sort of in the bucket of turrets that
It's-
might still be worth their points.
It's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or it's just a backup Seki droid.
Thank you, Ed. Fucking Knight of Santiago is a...
Yeah, I do like him. I just think not for this, not for evac. I don't think he fits for evac.
I think you're a coward.
Known coward Dante Harrower. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Abs. That right there is the face of a man who plays an intruder multi-slapper.
You take that for the
Alright.
mugshot.
I hope Chris does really well at BCB. He's been talking about
Me too.
a while, and I think he's got some very cool options here.
I do
just don't
yeah.
build illegal Secudroid lists
That's
like Dante did.
I do think if you are gonna run an evac list, Bishy has to be like the first thing you put in it. Because
Yeah,
the rest
she's
the
so
rest of Starmada is slow.
She does fucking cartwheels up that fucking table and fucks people.
She does work.
Yeah.
If anyone's playing against Chris, kill Bishy.
Absolutely. You nuke that bitch from orbit.
100%. All right. It's
Grab their miniature and piff it against the wall.
100%.
And then call a
100%.
judge for a list check.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, it's time for your newest favorite segment of Loss of Lieutenant. It's the face-off, where the hosts go.
Josh.
Where the hosts go head to head to pimp your list, and you decide which one is hero and which one is zero. Today we have
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert to the fucking same list.
We're both
Jordan
heroes.
versus Josh. No. Let them discover it themselves. You know. Who cares if there's 10 points difference between your list?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll read list 1 and you can do list 2, Josh.
All right.
All right. So we took a stab at Hugh's OSS list that he's taking to BCB. I believe they were written by Ivory. There's so list 1 was a Maximus list for, and I believe the quote was kayfabe violence.
This is not a Maximus list I'm looking at.
List 1 is the Hawkwood.
Oh, this one's the Hawkwood list for actual violence. My apologies.
Extreme violence, I believe.
Yeah, extreme violence. Yes, you are correct. Okay. So list 1 was T with Strategos, Garuda, Attackbot with Spitfire, Dakini HMG, Haris with a Deva KHD and a Danavis hacker, Dart, who is a specialist operative now, Andromeda, 2 Lamed Flash Pulse Bots, Core, Hawkwood, a Bounty Hunter, Proxy Mark II, Proxy Mark V, Evo Hacker, and a Murderer Bounty Hunter.
I'd like to point out that dart has the ultimate tech against Kevin.
Viral attack bow, baby.
That +1 burst viral
attack
attack bow. Carrick is shitting himself.
You gotta hit him first. That's the problem.
Living in magical Christmas land.
All right, lads, let's see what you did. Oh, do you want to talk about this first?
Yeah. I don't mind the list. I think Hawkwood is a bit of a trap in OSS. I think he has a place in White Company because he has the Fusilier keyword, but the Bounty Hunter keyword isn't the Fusilier keyword, unfortunately.
I think you also just have like a Dakini sniper is just pretty much
cheaper.
equivalent numbers and nearly half the cost.
Here's a spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Cheaper, more recoverable. It's a less active gun, but whatever.
And I don't know what your guys' opinions on K1 snipers are. A lot of people don't like them.
I'm not super into it. I think I like a K1 combi, a K1 a little bit. It's like, okay, you're being very bougie with this.
You're like 50-50 against anything in cover.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Bit
Pretty
man.
much. Okay, so my version of this list. Hey, look, they're the same list. Corporate needs you to find the difference between these. So my version of this list is a Shukra, Lieutenant Tigos, Motorized Bounty Hunter, Garuda Spitfire, kept. My proxy suite has changed slightly, so we've gone for the Mark 1. The Mark II Hacker, the Mark V Forward Observer, the Dakini HMG with a Deva Killer Hacker, and then the 2 Lameds. My second combat group contains the Dakini, Deva, KHD, Danavis, my Probot, and then a Zayn Thunderbolt and a second motorized bounty hunter. What does your list contain, Josh?
My list. So I had similar thoughts to you.
you
That
did.
Hawkwood was a bit.
Stinky.
I just think. No, I just think like your max pushing through 2 saves, like K1 saves. It's like whatever. Not huge joy. Also, I thought the Danavas. I said it before. I think the Danavas and the Dava in the same link is just asking for trouble. When as soon as you want to hack something, you're just gonna you're just gonna get see your other hackers. So
that's why I went for the second Dava with the Dakini HMG instead.
Yeah, so I think my list, I kept most of it. The only thing I did was I took out Hawkwood and the Bounty Hunter, which meant that I gained a Dakini combi rifle, and I proxy Mark 1 engineer with a single yard bot. Now, so my list is a Shukra lieutenant, a Garuda Spitfire, a new Haris team of a Dakini and a Danavas combi rifle pitcher. I kept Dart, Andromeda, 2 limited flashball spots, and a war core. Group 2 now is a duo of with the Dava Killer Hacker, a proxy engineer with the Yardbot, the Mark II Hacker, and the Mark V Forward Observer, a Evo Hacker, and Motorizer. So Dakini's being able to duo is a bloody godsend, but only Davas can. Dakini's is a crime. So OSS gets like something really good and then kicked in the balls. I think we've got the proxy engineer for some. I'm so sorry. Can we just? I'm just going to come out and come back in. I think that's probably the best bet. Hang on.
He's back.
Yeah, it might be just bitrate stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Hang on, let me just take the bitrate down, see if that changes things.
If you're doing it in the live show, it's going to kick us all out.
Cool. So we've got the proxy Mark 1 engineer in with the Yardbot just for some extra force reconstitution. And group 2 is a little more self-sufficient, so I think that's neat. Yeah, it's a good list. I think the only real difference is I kept Dart.
Yeah, you kept Dart, and I turned her into the Zane Rebot, so I've just got more ARO bounty hunter instead of the war core.
Yeah.
Again, corporate needs you to find the difference. Picture.
Yeah, it's super not anything. Like I think Liam just said in the chat that Dave is not being able to get a pitcher or hacker into the Samarthan link is a real shame, and I agree with you. It is. You're
missing a keyword on the Danavas. If it had any keyword, like you would just be slamming duos all day every day.
Yeah. If that operations fire team had an operations keyword and you could just chuck like a couple of different things in there, I think it'd be really good. But only having the Dakini and the Danavas count as each other makes link team building just a little awkward in OSS. But I think just scrapping Hawkwood is your best option.
Pretty much. I just don't get the value of him over just the Dakini multi-sniper. You just get so much force reconstitution out of it. The only thing...
Yeah, I'd be bringing lots of Danavas if I got keyword on Danavas.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know which of these two. I feel like our audience is going to have to decide on that one, or Hugh is going to have to.
It's basically whether you value Dart or not. And so half the Melbourne chat will say yours is better, and half the Melbourne chat will say mine's better. But I think Dart got a real glow up, and she's actually fully worth her 35 points now. The no Indian caps specialist operative, the change back to common plus being pretty good, the extra burst of the viral attack bow. There's lots of things that make Dart just a little bit better now in N5 than in N4, and I think she's actually worth spending the points on.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I think it'll just sort of come down to person.
Yeah, but like I get what you mean, 3 dice in ARO, but like all that means is Hawkwood's going to survive a little longer. Like the extra 2 special dice, they don't do anything. They don't cause wounds. Yeah. So the max you're ever going to put down in ARO is like 1 K1. Like a multi-sniper at least is going to potentially kill something. So I like a K1, a damage 13 K1, like it just ain't it in ARO. It just ain't it.
Hawkwood, like he just gets smoke shot as well. Like he's pretty solvable as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because it's not like White Company where if you want to, you can give him.
Yeah, or what I did is I just paired him with a bunch of MSV arrow pieces, but like you just don't have that.
True, he does waste. Ed's right. He does waste a lot of orders, but
he wastes time. Yeah,
he wastes time. So you're right. Yeah, yes, you've got that little bit there, and the no Indian cap's pretty good too. But
I don't know. I mean, one intruder multi sniper rifle through smoke. I don't
know. I'll tell you what, this folds to Dante's list like wet paper.
Crumple zone.
Yeah. So I think yeah, I just I don't value him. Maybe other people will, but
I almost wish you did value him because then there'd be
there'd be a little list. Yeah,
because I was talking to Ivory as I was. What was really good?
Yeah,
I'm like, no, I'm not seeing it. You just hate Dakini.
Maybe one of you should pretend to like Hawkwood just for entertainment value.
Oh, then Eye Resist is perfect. Done.
Yeah, the Eye Resist.
I'm actually surprised Ivory put Hawkwood in a list, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Jordan is dropping in and out of it, but that's all right.
I can leave and come back. Give me a second.
Yeah, just leave and come back.
I think it's more the position of your mics than anything.
Yeah, hold on.
Or you're like peeking and Discord's going, I'm gonna cut it out.
How does that sound better?
Sounds closer.
Discord's telling us not to yell at each other.
Sounds more crispy.
Okay.
Sounds like you're in the radio.
Should I leave that like that?
It could be noise suppression as well.
Yeah.
Just having a bit of a go.
Yeah.
Too wet on the cum gun.
Noise suppression is evil. All right, let's go. List 2, Josh.
Oh, list 2 is Ivory's Maximus list.
Ew.
Yuck.
Right.
For kayfabe violence, which is a wrestling term, if anyone doesn't know what that means. The list is Maximus Lieutenant, Garuda Spitfire, the same silly Haris of Dakini HMG, Dave Kill Hacker, Danavas Pitcher, 2 net rods, a flash boss bot, a 9-point motorized bounty hunter. Group 2 consists of Andromeda, a proxy Mark 1 engineer with the Yudbot, proxy Mark 5 forward observer, Tristan's Yawn, a Probot Evo hacker, a Rebot, Zayn Rebot, Thunderbolt, TR bot, another Flash Boss bot, and another motorized bounty hunter. Boy, do we love these motorized bounty hunters. They are real solid.
They're just so good.
Yeah.
This just took everything good out of the previous list and added Max.
It did.
Yeah, my issue with this one was that there's a lot of gun that don't hit anything. Don't kill anything, right? Max is just basically a worse HMG. So I think what I think is either the Dakini or the Garuda has to go. That was my thought process behind it. I don't know how Jordan went with that, but
so my version of this list is Maximus, Dakini HMG with the silly Haris team because I think it's fine. I'll run that gauntlet. I'm not afraid.
mm-hmm.
2 net
Keeps
rods, Lamed Rebot, Zane Rebot, and I kept the Garuda as well. Group 2 then has the Motorized Bounty Hunter, the Proxy Mark 1, Proxy Mark 5 combo, Probot Evo Hacker, Lamed, and then in my version of the list, Andromeda has become a Rickshaw heavy rocket launcher and Darwin duo instead.
Yep.
That hate Shirel's going to be doing work.
I just think Andromeda eats up a bit too much airspace in this list when Max already eats up an enormous amount of the available room in your list. So I decided that it was just better off to split her into these like 2 additional pieces. And you still have punchy option as well. He's just hackable now, so you need to play good.
Yeah. I think I had some similar thoughts. I decided to cut the HMG, the Dakini HMG, because I think basically Max does the same thing. I also cut Andromeda, I cut a single net rod, and I cut the Thunderbolt Tiabo. What I've put in its place, just a spoiler before I read the list, is a Dakini multi-sniper rifle, a Richter HRL, a Dakini paramedic, and a sensor Dava. So my list is Group 1, Maximus, Lieutenant, Garuda Spitfire, Riksha Heavy Rocket Launcher. Now this is a core link of Riksha, Dakini, Dakini Paramedic, Danavas Hacker, and the sensor / triangulated fire Dava. A net rod, a flash pulse bot, and a motorized bounty hunter. Group 2 is the Proxy Mark 1 engineer, a Proxy Mark 5 forward observer, the Evo Hacker, Dakini multi-sniper, the same duo that I had in the last list, which is Dakini multi-sniper rifle and Dava killer hacker, a flash pulse bot, and a motorized bounty hunter. So I really valued, I think that Max is enough punch that you don't really need Andromeda. Sort of depends on what you intend to run this list into. You might need the specialist in Andromeda.
Yeah.
You might not. But if you do need the specialist in Andromeda, just change the Dava triangulated fire into a Dava forward observer. It's the same points.
Yeah.
I liked the sensor because you could just censor something and then Max could kill it or something else. So a little bit different. I honestly don't know whether which list is better. I really wanted to either the Garuda or the Dakini HMG to go. You could probably get rid of the Garuda, and that would allow you to get, if you cut Garuda and downgrade a motorized bounty hunter to another net rod, you might be able to fit Andromeda back in.
I think the Garuda is just too good with how mobile it is in this edition.
Yeah, the Garuda's cracked.
I think it's just too fast.
But it does nothing in this list that everything else does. It's the same. It does the same thing as.
Yeah, it's just
Max.
Redundancy.
Yeah,
it's just redundancy for stuff going wrong.
Is it?
Which it always
is
can.
It basically an S2 Red Eye?
It is essentially an S2 Red Eye. Yeah, it is insane.
For half the cost and half the wounds, I guess.
Cost. Yes.
And 1 point less of ballistic skill, but
negligible.
I mean, sure you can solve a problem with Max, but that takes putting Max somewhere you might not want to put him. It takes a lot of orders to get him there. The Garuda can just walk in, spend 2 orders and do what he needs to do and be a very efficient solution to a problem.
Yeah. Again, I think it all just comes down to personal preference, and we went in pretty similar directions. I think. We both thought adding the rickshaw was the right thing to do.
You just want something that threatens multi-wound pieces or or pieces with heavy armor. And I think the heavy rocket launcher is the best way to do that. The multi-sniper rifle could also help if you. Well, I've put the multi-sniper rifle and you haven't, but you could definitely cut the multi-sniper rifle and put the HMG back in. There's loads of things you could do in this list.
Yeah,
like it's got so much play in the points. It's actually really really good that way.
Options for days in this one.
Options abound.
Ed does make a good point because he can jump 5 up and 5 down because he has jet propulsion, and he's how tall is an S2? 40 mil, I think. Something along those lines.
Right.
Yeah, 40 mil. Yeah.
So he's looking at peaking above like 5.5-inch building and getting an angle on something prone. So most single-story buildings, the Garuda can just jump up and jump down and shoot prone stuff.
Yeah.
Which not a lot of other units can do.
That's true.
Not for $25, yeah.
Not for 25 points. All right, who is the winner?
The Garuda is in fact the best vehicle in the game.
Yes.
The winner is Hugh because he's now had 3 people get to write his list for him.
Hugh is winning.
Hugh gets to pick his favorite egg.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think there's basically no difference between the two. It's from a first. I think it's whether you liked Dart or not. I think I valued Dart a little bit more with their mobility, with the climbing plus and stuff. Like all you need is just one building to be where, like, the evac console to be on top of a building, and then suddenly you, like most of your specialists can't get there. So having climbing plus to help get those feed those HVTs into the wood chipper is pretty useful. It's like Dart's what hinges the first list, and I think the second list is whether you really value the Dakini HMG or not.
I do think potentially OSS game plan is like cripple my opponent so they do the mission as bad as me when it comes to evac.
No, it's in evac. It's literally, boy howdy, is this Proxy Mark V the most load-bearing one-range non-shock immune model of all time.
At least it's whip 15, and it's pretty much always hitting that whip check.
15. That is the upside.
Nice.
That is the upside of OSS in this mission. Is like every specialist in your list is whip 15 or 14.
Yep. All right.
I think Dart definitely earns her stripes though. You know, it says like she fills a lot of niches that are kind of lacking. So I like Dart in OSS quite a bit.
She's almost a perfect fit in like a turn 1 evac to just murk all those FO camo markers that your opponent is wanting to spend that next turn on.
Or even if there's like a tag or some heavy armor, you just throw an EM just speedball an EM grenade on that. And that's
you talking about Dante +1 burst viral tack bow.
It doesn't work on structure.
Yeah, I know.
So they've got to have exactly a Gorgos.
Yeah.
Or the other wound tag.
Tristan Cook under a heavy flamethrower template and die.
All right. I know someone in the chat has been waiting a long time for this, and it's Luke.
Hey, next up we have Luke's Hassassin Varam lists.
Oh, baby.
The approach he's having to this, he wants to have basically one list with 2 variants. That way he can focus more on the playstyle he's running that one list. And while he has different toolboxes available, it still allows him to practice and study the same playstyle. With his first list, he's given a nice write-up of his thought process, and it's focused first on Hammer of Dawn. I like the way he's structured his plan for the game based on the list construction, where he's got an Asware Harris. The idea is that they've got the speed and the orders, that turn 1, they go take a beacon, put it in the deployment zone, get the lieutenant point as well. And doing the order count, assuming they're docked orders. He's got 10 orders to do, or sorry, 8 orders to do it. And Asawarius can do that. After that, then looking to have the Farzans as the turn 2 option, and honestly, turn 3 is kind of what's left. I like that he's structured the waves of the list on how is it going to approach that mission. The issues that he's looking at, other than, as will recur multiple times in the notes, concern about the fragility of the list. And considering it's running multiple Asawira, I think part of the issue of fragility is Hassassins, not the list. So there's only so much durability you can pack into. Also looking to see if he can fit McMurray in here. I tried to fit McMurray into the first list, and I just wrote list 2, but worse. So we'll have one list with McMurray and one list without. The first list focused more on Hammer of Dawn. We've got a Farzan Forward Observer, a Farzan Chain of Command, 2 Fides, a Rajik Hacker, a Shaden Guided Missile, Nadir with Flammenspear, and a Mutt with Boarding Shotgun, Jammer, Smoke Grenades. Group 2 has a TR Thunderbolt, an Evobot, Asawira Lieutenant with AP Spitfire, Asawira with Boarding Shotgun +1 Burst and Disco Balls, Harist with a Muyub Tac-Aware X-Visor HRL. Then we've also got a Flashbot and a second Mutt with Boarding Shotgun, Jammer, Smoke Grenades. The main concern I see here, and I think it's also playstyle, I'm not sure where the Guided Missile fits into this list. Because there's 2 Forward Observers and only 1 Hacker who is combat dropping. And usually I think of the Rajik more as, I'm coming here to do classifieds, or to do a very narrow scalpel by turning something off with a hack. That said, I'm not really a Guided Missile player, so take that, as is. The Pimp list kept the 2 Farzans, Forward Observer, Chain of Command, 2 Fides, the Rajik, the Nadir, and the Mutt. Have dropped the Missile Bot to add in a 3rd Farzan, the Farzan Mine Layer with Viral Mines. Second group, to get the points for that, have dropped the Camille Hacker to a Camille Baggage Repeater and Deactivator. So this gives better coverage on the midfield, both for control at deployment, because now you have 4 camos and 1 of them is a mine. But it also gives you a disposable midfield presence. The Farzan Mine Layer allows you to send in a Farzan to scalpel something out, to do work, to put another mine down, without having to worry about losing one of your 2 specialists that's in the midfield. The Baggage Camille also allows you to turn your disco balls back on if they're near your DZ, because it has a deactivator. Yes. Yes, it does lose the bonus order from the Evo Hacker. With this mission lineup, I didn't feel as bad about losing that as compared to like Border Bash, where I think 3 of the missions had Evo Hacker bonuses.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Luke values that order in Group 2 because he really wants the Asawira to just
Mhm.
smack through that Hammer of Dawn
Yeah.
thing on like turn 1. So
Yeah.
or 2 or whatever.
Mhm.
But having that extra order, it also means that like people are really at a loss about which one to strip if you're going first.
Yes.
So like I don't know which one I'm stripping if they're basically both the same thing. You probably take it. You try and take it away from the Asawira, and then the 2 for days come for you, and then you're like, oh well, fuck.
Yes.
So
yeah. Having group 1 be, well, as it deploys, 2 Fidays, 4 camos in the midline, and a mutt. It presents less information than it did previously, but I do see the point. If they go for the Asawiras, you're at 7 orders as opposed to. Hang on.
It also rage baits all the people who care about having bigger groups first.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yes. So that's the first list.
I like the change.
I'm not sure why. Now I know we love our Thunderbolt TR bots. I'm not really sure it fits. There's no real plan to get it up aside from a speedball.
It's just a.
It's there to just delay. It's a speed bump.
Is not like a second Nadir a better speed bump?
Second Nadir does not have an order that starts on the board.
You can swap the groups though. Like you can give the Asawira more orders if you want to.
The Nadir could also just start on the board.
It could. It doesn't have a camo marker, so
yeah, they don't have a camo state.
It would just be a dude. I just feel like
yeah, I was about to say Tristan doesn't like this list because there's no Boktar.
No, I'm not going to say Boktar. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Then I can drop a box.
Luke had a full paragraph in his notes about why the Boktar is a obvious lieutenant choice that he does not want to touch because it's just not his style.
Fair enough.
And that's fair.
That is very fair.
It does kill It does kill Tariq though.
Oh,
it
fucking
does,
brutally
but you know what
murders
it goes
him.
down to? A repeater.
Yeah.
No, it's stealth ops. Stealth ops. Don't you be. Anyway, the Asawira is the better LT.
You meant sneaky deaky boys.
I think for Hammer Dawn, the Asawira is definitely the better LT choice because you can do a first turn run, and then your opponent has to spend their first turn figuring out what to do about an Asawira in their deployment zone.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they don't take care of the Asawira in their deployment zone, that's a BS-14 AP Spitfire that will run laterally across their deployment zone.
I have ended turn 1 with Achilles in people's DZs, and it is a problem to unpick.
I think my suggestion might be turn the Shihab into another mutt to get another jammer.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade the baggage bot back into an Evo bot. I'm not sure how many points you have left over, but in Hammer of Dawn specifically, that gets you an extra order. It also potentially lets you into armies like Tunguska, make that Asawira BTS 12, or against Oblivion BTS 8, which is still really, really good. And it just, I feel like it just gives you that confidence because the Asawira don't have that many orders. So they kind of just have to take the risk of running through the repeater net if it's like Nomads or Tunguska or something like that. I'm not sure though. I just feel like the Shihab's not actually going to do anything. I feel like Luke's had bad luck with the Shihab and it just gets one tapped by a tag. It also means you have to have something, if it's on a roof, you have to have something on the roof with the Shihab. Whether that's
you don't. You say fuck him and let him die.
Well, you may as well not take him then. I don't know. Fuck you, Dante.
I mean, taking out the Shihab could help you fit McMurrow in. Just saying.
I think Luke's overestimating the amount he needs McMurrow because he always has McMurrow. I think if you have 2 for days right out the front of your opponent's DZ, you don't need Fizz 16 smoke. You don't need a berserk guy. You don't need chain rifles. Like, it's like the Bears in the Cosmo list. He's kind of just floundering around doing nothing.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Also, if you're running 2 lists that are variants of each other, they should be able to cover for each other fairly well. So I don't think you need McMurrow in either, or in both of them.
Yeah.
You just need him in one.
That is true. You can,
actually, that's a good point.
it.
Yeah, use the TR bot to bait out the Nadir proc.
Yeah,
Tristan's just not deep enough into the Hassassin's
the problem with that is the guy's peeking the TR bot from cover, and you want to shoot with the Nadir when they're out of cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's the play. It is. I guess it is kind of personal preference. You can bring it up once with the speedball. It just feels kind of auto intensive to do it. But if in your first turn you manage to put the beacon down, I guess you don't really care too much about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love HB. I love how they do stuff just completely different from any other faction.
So list 2 is a variant after Luke played it into Evacuation and BPOG and went, not quite doing what I want. So this one's focused more on evac, BPOG, and firefight. Group 1, 2 Fidays, a Farzan Mine Layer, and a Farzan Force. Specifically dropping the Farzan Chain of Command for firefight, because you're not going to risk the Aswir as much for firefight, and it's 1 less midfield specialist. Still have the Rajik, Hacker, Nadir, Fanus, and a Mutt. Group 2, we have the same Haris of a Muyab, Takaware, X-Visor, HRL, Asawira with Disco Balls, and Asawira Lieutenant AP Spitfire. The Camille Repeater, Baggage Bot, Missile Bot, a Mutt with... Oh, sorry. The Mutt in Group 1 was a Boarding Shotgun, Emerat, and Smoke Grenades because point. And then Group 2's Mutt is the Jammer Smoke Grenades.
You have the point, though. It must be a choice.
Yes, I as I say that, I am noticing. And then McMurrow in Group 2. So for the changes, I took the guided missile out and put it and substituted in the TR Thunderbolt. To get the points to do that, the Emerat Mutt got downgraded to a Mutt with chain rifle and jammer. So it basically becomes a variant of list 1 where it's effectively swapping the Farzan chain of command for McMurrow. I'm not sure if that's going to be too close to not get quite the spread you want, or if that's still going to be close enough that it meets the I want to learn kind of 1 list and 1 play style and focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always an argument to, having your 1 list, getting your reps on that list, being familiar when you get to the table.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the lineup is just too demanding for that. I think this is going to struggle in evac. I think the Farzan is very load-bearing there, and the rest of the list isn't necessarily helping you do evac things. I think in firefight as well, having that Asawira LT as the active gun, I think that's a massive liability. So you might...
Because you get 1 turn with Asawira, right? You get 1 turn.
And then he goes...
And then it
Coco
frenzies, and then you can't... And then, you're not getting good face-to-faces with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think unfortunately, you might need to look at a more systematic change. But if you're just wanting to keep the 1 group solution, I think this is a pretty good fix.
Okay. So from the chat, his plan for evac is to use the Fidays to bring the HVTs back to the center, and then have the Farzan Force just shuffle them up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Civ
I mean-
Evac's a movement skill,
Yeah.
so you
I
can
mean,
Civ Evac and grind. But yeah, I think what Jordan. Well, I'll let Jordan speak for himself. But like, the Fides are one wound. They need to be doing other things. Like you need your Fides to do that work. If you're playing Assassin Baram, I'm worried you're just not going to have the time.
yeah, it's pretty much what I was going to say. It just seems like Fides are so load bearing just as a unit, especially in HB. I don't know how realistic it is to use them as essentially like shuffling fairies for the HVTs. It's probably the first time I've seen like a Fide not be sent on a one-way trip.
So
Yeah, I don't know what happens if your opponent has their HVT next to a mine. Like that's suddenly a massive problem.
Yeah, like I like what Luke's saying of like if it doesn't work out, it's just otherwise go for like the throat punch and then just a low scoring win, which I think is totally possible, and I think is probably it's pretty close to like a plan A for evac. Honestly, is just look, what if I just kick my opponent in the dick as hard as I possibly can, and then we go for like a 2-zip win.
Yeah, I mean that's what Josh did to me the other day, but I don't know if that's where you want your starting plan to be necessarily.
Because you can't evac them on turn 1, I think one of the stronger evac plays is how many specialists can I scalpel out before the button can be pushed.
Yeah.
And having 2 Fides, that gives you the option of let me count my opponent's specialists. And the Rajik as the backup. Can I just remove my opponent's specialists and stop them from doing the mission?
Yeah.
And get
are good for.
the minimum number of bodies lifted up.
Yeah, the Fides are really good for that.
I think this is kind of banking on Luke going first.
It is.
Like if I'm looking at this list, if I'm getting first turn, if I can kill those 2 Fides in my whole first turn of evac, I think I'm in a good spot. Luke then has to come to me.
If you just kill that Farzan FO as well, like that's suddenly.
I don't think that's realistic because you're not going to be able to tell which one's which. And the Farzan might be covered by the Nadir, so I think, looking at it from the outside, it might be a bit more difficult. If you recognize that Luke's game plan is to grab your HVTs with the Fides and run away, and you kind of spend your whole turn just butchering them, because realistically, if you go after them, they're not fighting back. They're not doing anything decent.
Yeah.
Even the Asawira, especially like Dante said in Firefight, if my only real gun is an AP Spitfire that gets angry after it kills a Warcore turn 1, yeah.
Questions is the.
I'm glad McMorrow's in this list because he has to kill the entire army.
Yeah.
I don't think it fits. I think I agree with Dante that the list lineup is way too demanding for one lister essentially. And there's so many options in HB, like that you can really get crazy with like mega amazing firefight lists.
This mission lineup in particular really isn't friendly to people having their like one pet list that they just like running for everything. You really need to build for these missions because otherwise you are just going to get punished, it feels like.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Do you remember that the Nadir, all Nadirs are forward observers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
I think taking the guided missile bot out kind of removes the K9s from the list as well. I don't think the game plan is to spotlight something with the Rajik. I think it's to surprise attack forward observer with an Nadir.
No, Luke said before it was it's for something to give something the Rajik to do if you need just a scalp or something out.
It's definitely like something you can do in firefight, let's say. But I'm depending on that Rajik to do pretty much every classified because it's just stupidly good at it. And if it can spotlight something on top of that, that's great. It's just too unreliable with the amount of
sometimes
orders.
it has to sometimes classified. So.
And that's kind of like one of the problems is if we're feeling like a Rajik has to spotlight something to then guide at it, I don't think it's in the best state.
Yeah. It's difficult. Assassins probably have a bit of a struggle with this lineup specifically in terms of like everything it's asking from you.
Well, I think he's got a good approach for Hammer of Dawn.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
Evac but Evac specifically is probably the one that you need a list that can do that, and then work your way to the middle to see what the others two cover.
Yeah,
100%.
All right, Dante. Let's see if you can make a better attack list than me.
Well,
in my slate, mate. Seem to remember Spetsnaz. Oh, whatever. Do that later. So we've got some lists in from Ardon. Just wanted to say g'day. Sent this in. Lives in Seattle, so won't be attending. But very curious to hear. I mean, look, that shouldn't stop you from attending. If I'm being real with you, Ardon. That's one strike against your name.
Tickets are still available.
Get good
Ardon.
at swimming. That's true. Many such cases. But he'd love to hear some feedback on these lists he's chucked in. List 1 is for Hammer of Dawn and Firefight. General idea with this list is to have an active scout lieutenant, get the jump on the Hammer of Dawn objective early to secure points. Dinos, Dynamos, and the Dog Warrior provide smoke. Good mix of camo units for killing. And the Courier Vestral Conductors for arrows. I'd consider burning a command token to hold back the Courier and Vestral if going second. I don't think you can do that.
You
I
cannot.
don't believe so.
If you're going first. Yes.
Yeah, you can only do that if you're going first. So we've got the Spetsnaz Parachutist AP Rifle Grenades. Cool little piece. The Strelok FO, the Strelok Mine Layer, a Tank Hunter AP Heavy Machine Gun, Vassilissi. Oh, sorry, the Scout Lieutenant with the Ahotnik.
Vassilissi?
Vasily guy.
No. But what about the Vassilissi? Like, what's going on?
Are you thinking Vaseline or something? Have you got Vaseline on the mind?
Dante,
what are you doing from the waist down?
What are you doing after the podcast tonight, Dante?
Every fucking time I open my mouth, I just get yelled at. I'm never coming back. So we've got the Valusi with the T2 marksman rifle and his cum gun. He's got a cum gun as well. Very interesting. The Courier Total Reaction with an Urigan. The Ermin Dino, the Dog Warrior. Group 2, we've got a Vistral Neurosynetics with AP Sniper and Light Rocket Launcher. A Dynamo Paramedic in a pure duo with just a Dynamo Submachine Gun. 2 Conductors and another Ermin Dino.
So this list, yet you clearly have a cum gun. Curious.
Very interesting. So a few things I first looked at with this first list. The first one's that I'm not really sure what this Strelok FO is doing in Hammer of Dawn. Especially, where you kind of wanting to run up with other things in the list. I'm not sure that that's necessarily the best use of those points or slots. I think the Dynamo duo is very strange. I think Dynamos in general are very good. Good with the mine dispensers, good with the smoke grenade launchers. I just don't think a vanilla Dynamo is going to do much for you. I think the ARO gets smoked out. Like, your AROs get smoked out pretty easily. Like, I do like the Vestral quite a bit, and the Couriers pretty decent. Same with the Conductors, but someone can just bypass that pretty easily. And that's a lot of slots dedicated to a defense that just gets smoked out. Your active turn is riding real heavy on that Tank Hunter, and if your opponent has like an MSV ARO piece, you can just see through the MIM and, oh no, you're just a BS-12 heavy machine gun. I think you're in a lot of trouble there. And then you have to start.
I think the surprise attack still carries a fair bit of weight, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But if you're having to like re-camo between every gunfight, you're going to lose a lot of efficiency there, on top of having to move around, just because the HMG range bands, aren't the longest. But I
Yeah,
think
that's fair.
I think I'm more saying it's very load bearing. Like,
It
it's
is.
a good gun. I do like the gun, but
The
it's
word of the podcast
Yeah.
today is load bearing, guys.
It is,
What of
isn't
the
it?
Take a
podcast is
shot.
load.
Take a shot every time someone says load bearing.
Yep. I think, yeah. So you really got the load bearing tank hunter. 3 irregulars and an off the table order in the Spetsnaz is kind of a lot. Like, you start the first turn, if you get stripped, like you start like without 6 regulars. That's a bit rough. The list is good for Hammer of Dawn, but I think suffers pretty badly in Firefight, and this list is meant to do Firefight and Hammer of Dawn. And I think Vassilici is like just a lot of points. So we'll flick over to my list. I've kept a Strelok Mind Layer. I do think it's a good piece. There are a lot of mind games you can play with the Strelok, whether you deploy that decoy or not. I think there's some interesting stuff there. The Scout Lieutenant I've kept. It seems to be kind of a very focal point of the list. And I think you can still run him in Hammer of Dawn, but just make him like the final drop instead of the first drop.
You just ignore the one OP basically.
Oh, I mean, look, I think you can still do it. You just do it in your last turn instead of your first. We've kept the Dynamo duo, but we've changed it a bit, just to make that first Dynamo the AP Spitfire.
Mhm.
So first turn, your initial drop can be done with that Dynamo Paramedic. You just fling up some smoke with one of the Dynamos, grab the box and go, and you do that pretty quickly. You can just start scattering mines in your opponent's deployment zone, which is pretty funny. We've picked up a Spetsnaz HMG, just a bit more reliable in the active than the Tank Hunter. If we're going to have a very load-bearing gunfighter, the Spetsnaz is just more likely to win the face-to-face roll. Bit less good against armor, absolutely. But we've got something else for that a little bit later in the adventure. We've got a Tractor Mule. We've got 2 Barsooks with heavy flamethrower and light shotgun, just to be a nice little stopgap that your opponent has to deal with. We've got the Beast Hunter, the special one with the +1 burst, heavy pistols, which is nice. I mean, as we kind of spoke about before, Beast Hunters are great, but they can't put up a fork like a Yamabushi can, except for this Beast Hunter. Because if your opponent knows it's a Beast Hunter, they can just go, okay, well, I'm just going to dodge. The heavy pistol might give them a bit of pause on that as well. Now, we've kept the Vistral, just because I do think it's a good ARO piece. We've still got Nermandino to make that work. But we've picked up a Frontovic AP Sniper with MSV1, just to put on a nice angle you can see getting smoked out. In a pure duo with a Veteran Kazakh AP HMG, just a bit more burly. We're keeping AP in the list. We're keeping a high burst weapon in the list. Get the 2 Conductors, because, I mean, they're good. I like them. And then an Ermandino to round that out. So that's the pimped list.
I appreciate that you went down 1 Ermandino, so you're not bleeding quite as many specialists in Firefight.
Yeah, I mean, you've got really good smoke already, just in the Dynamo duo. Like, it's good, efficient smoke. Like, it's smoke grenade launchers they're just goated.
100%.
I kind of want to find one more point to give the Ermandino a Palbot.
Yeah. I mean,
you're halfway there, but I'm not sure if there's a point you could squeeze out anywhere else.
Look, you could downgrade the Tractor Mule to a War Core, or downgrade the Barsook into like a not for deploying version. To get those extra points.
Yeah, I keep the Tractor Mule for reloads on the mine dispensers.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking annoying with those mines.
Yeah, making the Barsook lose 4 deployment might be worth it to get the Palbot on the Ermandino so that it's not leashed to the Vistral.
Dante, your attack list is whack.
Preston, your attitude is whack.
I'll start the good things. I think in Hammer of Dawn you need a Frontovic sniper. I think it's almost mandatory. It just makes it so that your opponent doesn't get the free place with just smoke, which is plentiful. You have way more gun than the other list. I don't necessarily think Hammer of Dawn and Firefight pair well for TAC in a single list.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I love the Dynamo AP Spitfire. That's great. I don't think you're ever refilling mines because they either die if you go second, or if you go first, they're the first thing running up the table.
Are they dying if I'm going second? I just
because your opponent
will
will probably try and hunt them.
But I know they got to get through my ball stacks first.
I think 2 Barsooks and 2 Conductors is inspired.
Thank you, Tristan.
But it relies a lot on your opponent kind of pretending to be scared of them.
But Tristan, you might as well just be ruffling the man's hair. Go, oh, good job, champ. That was a good first effort.
Nah. 2 Barsooks, 2 Conductors, Visceral in front of it. That's a defensive mix.
It could work. It could work. But if the table layout isn't good enough, the Conductors don't have a template weapon, so I can just fucking ignore them. I don't give a shit.
Hold a Flamen Spear. No, I'm joking.
And you need the Strelok FO. Firefight has 3 classifieds. You need an FO.
Well, you need to be able to do telemetry, right?
You need to be able. There's like 6 cards that an FO can do, and you need to be able to do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take that.
And maybe a Dog Warrior.
You could, yeah.
No, you don't need a Dog Warrior.
I think a Beast. Yeah. No, I mean, I do like the Dog Warrior. I just think it's hard to fit in with the points. I mean, you can hot swap that Strelok Mine Layer to a Strelok FO and not lose an incredible amount. So that's quite easy.
Honestly, I'm not sure what people see in like Camouflage Infiltrate Conductors. They're basically Daylamis that cost an extra 4 points. But
yeah,
you're not
the Metros, they're good.
But you're not struggling for regular orders. Like for an extra 4 or 5 points, that turns into a Strelok.
I don't know. I just like it as it's just such a good speed bump, and if they fuck up a discover, like it's a great face check. You can layer it with other arrows. At some point they're going to have to walk. If they fuck up a discover on the Conductor, at some point they're going to have to walk past a Barsook while in line of sight of a Conductor. I think you can set a nice defense up that way. Because on their own they're not impressive. I'll give you that. But I think if you're going Mega Mind on it, you can make something work.
I think if you're doing Firefight as well, I think that the Spetsnaz boarding shotgun is going to be a much better choice than the HMG. You've got some Fizz 12 grenades. You've got a boarding shotgun plus 1.
They know more,
which will be on 21s, within 8, and it just does a lot of work.
I think Dante's broken his identity a bit here because he hasn't picked the Spetsnaz AP Sniper, because that's basically an intruder.
No, it's so different. It's not funny. I'm not engaging with that.
Like, unironically, right? If Firefight is the other mission you want to do with this list, I would actually prefer the Parachutist AP Rifle Spetsnaz over any other one, because you get the free Parachutist deployment zone as well.
I think the boarding shotgun's better, but I'll concede that the AP rifle is something that you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think either are fine. This list was more focused on Hammer of Dawn, and I do think, realistically, maybe I should have redone the lists more systematically to go for a different mission split. That probably would have been the better approach.
TAC's interesting. You can go like a million different directions with it, and like all of them, none of them feel bad. It seems like. I think moving away from the Vassalousy was probably a good choice.
Chain of Command serves no purpose.
He eats a lot of points for what he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you can definitely find some more niche kind of like bits and pieces to optimize here. But I think you've done a very fair job of taking a difficult mission lineup for TAC and trying very hard and succeeding a fair bit, I'd say.
And got so far. Nice. I'll take that.
All right, Dante.
What's the second list?
All right, so list 2 is to cover evac, B-Pong, and capture and protect. This one is about getting in, completing the objectives, and getting out. I have a lot of specialists, so button pressing won't be an issue. I have smoke with the Dynamos, Carmen, and Ermendinos. Carmen combos really well with the Antipodes. You can run them into melee, then sweep through with Carmen. Sorry, my reading comprehension's not great. Carmen combos really well with the Antipodes. You can run them into melee, then sweep through with Carmen when they can't get reactions. Ronan because he's awesome and helps with the line Kazakh Haris. Spetsnaz and Frontovic for those long-range gunfights, and Pavel for close-in melee. Looking forward to hearing what you all think. Love the show. Thank you. We love you too.
We love you too.
So Group 1, we've got another Courier TR bot, a Spetsnaz HMG, 2 Strelok FOs, Pavel McManus, Vistral, Carmen, and Ermendino. We've got the Antipode Handler with the boys, a pure duo of paramedicing dynamos, Colonel Voronin, Frontovic, AP Sniper, on Kazakh, and an Ermendino with an electronic. So, my note taking wasn't great for this one. Basically, I think this. I don't know. I don't think this necessarily does what it sort of wants to set out to. I think you've got another irregular pressure that isn't great. I think the Dynamos are kind of bringing in a lot of the smoke you're wanting in the list. And I think for evac specifically, Tax actually got some pretty good options in terms of evac. So my list, I've kept the Spetsnaz heavy machine gun, kept one of the Strelok FOs, and moved the other one into Group 2, just so you've got a bit of flexibility there. I've got a Haris team that I'm hoping will get the inspired and not dog shit label.
It's also illegal.
Is it illegal?
Yes.
Man, this fucking Tristan guy, man. All right, then we've got an illegal.
Dante, you had 4
Read
weeks.
the fire team's
You
chart.
had 4 weeks to make this deck list.
I don't know. I got tired. So we've got an illegal Dynamo Haris team, which theoretically, the Dynamos are actually, I don't know.
In Minecraft, this link would have been great.
Yeah, in Minecraft, this link would have been fantastic. But it's not. But no, they're very. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really speak about this anymore.
Yeah. I didn't mean to frazzle you, Dante.
No, that's okay.
Just pretend one of the
You
112.
can still run it as a duo and one single.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, great. We'll
Or
do
just
that.
put a dynamo in instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thank you, Josh. Just fucking kill one of the 112s, put a paramedic dynamo in, and make it home in time for dinner. So you got they're doing stuff. Conductors, because I think they're good. Tank Hunter, AP Heavy Machine Gun, just to have that ranged AP. Ermendino, still doing its thing. Beast Hunter is back in. And Vistral, Strelok Mine Layer, Frontovic, AP Sniper, like kind of kept that little Haris team in an Ermendino. I don't think you should take my advice after hearing what Tristan has to say. This might actually not be good. I think you should stick with yours, man.
I think the 112 motorized is a good choice for evac because it's a non-impetuous bike.
It's the only non-impetuous bike in the game.
Yep.
So my only question is, if this is meant to be an evac list, why did you cut the 2 Strelok forward observers?
No, that's still.
He cut one. He cut one.
I cut one of them. I was hoping. I was hoping that the speed from the 112 motorized would kind of make up for. I don't know, kind of take that efficiency to a different.
It's an easy swap. You just swap the 112 directly for the Strelok FO.
Yeah.
And then we've got a much better list. So we'll do Pimp My List, where Tristan can pimp my pimped list, and that'll be a good one. It's gonna do numbers.
The only thing I'll tell Ardon is that's the wrong Voronin. Always take the Flash Pulse Voronin.
Flash Pulse is
that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to another Oban list.
So this is Jen's Oban. Jen will be playing at BCB. So, one of the few in this episode that actually will. We've got list 1 here, which is a list written for Hammer of Dawn, Capture and Protect, and Firefight. multiple sets of smoke and disco balls to push forward. philROSEY is an amazing button pusher for Hammer of Dawn. And with the depressible Ariadna makes an excellent beeline for the beacon and capture and protect. 2 Yarn-Yarns and Shinobu allow multiple angles of outside the DZ threat to make up for the short-range DZ-bound army. Ninja KHD combines climbing plus Trinity and CC, and a specialist to either break through a low investment hacking defense for your HI or persecutors and assault. So the list is a Haris of Kisatsu Thunderbolt, Kisatsu Hacker, Kenpai Chain of Command, a duo of a Domaru Spitfire, and a Tanko with the Disco Baller. We've got a Shinobu, a Ryukin, 2 6-point Yarn-Yarns. Group 2 is a duo of Koroshi Rider and Aragoto, another duo of Domaru, just the 20.1 with the chain rifle and the EM grenades. And a Tanko Deactivator Disco Baller, a Ninja Killer Hacking Device, and a Rushi MSV2. I largely agreed with the premise of the list. I think Shinobu was a must-have for Jen, so I haven't touched her, and normally I would. The list needs some baggage and some more DZ defense, so I have done that. The list basically is the same. So what I did is I've cut a Rushi MSV2 and a Yarn-Yarn. I've chucked in a Pangolin and put the Rushi MSV1 in instead. Granted, you're not going to do your smoke trick shooting with the Rushi, but I don't think it's really necessary in the list. Not when you've got Shinobu.
You can still shoot the mine through the smoke, which is always pretty funny.
Yeah, so cuts are irregular order, so you get a regular order for Shinobu. You are still targeting something through smoke, so you do get a -6 on if you're shooting an MSV1 mine through. So you'll be on 2 on 9s to shoot a mine. You'll be a dice on a 9 to shoot a mine through smoke. It gives you an extra regular order for Shinobu because I took out a Yarn-Yarn, baggage for the Tankos and the Rushi, and some mine dispensing for the most DZ defense in Hammer of Dawn and Capture Protect. You could try and fit in a Dioka HMG in over the Spitfire, but I think that would involve downgrading Shinobu to a Oniwa man. So I largely kept the list the same. I've just added what the DZ, what the list was trying to do, which was some extra DZ defense, and I actually put that in. No big changes here.
Very similar to the last one.
Yeah, bit odd that. It's almost like you'll be seeing double with the next list too. So. So this one was for evac and maybe Bpong against a faction without good Shikami answers, apparently. You can duo or solo the Shikami, it's fine. KHD again, Ninja, backed up by Samsa. 2 Tankos with baggage, because they probably will be unlinked. And the 11-point Yarn-Yarn, because the list had space for it. So the list is 2 Shikamis, 1 of each profile. The Rushi MSV1 with the Mine Dispenser, Ninja Killer Hacker, a core link of 2 Kisatsu Thunderbolts, a Kisatsu Hacker, Kisatsu LT, and a Decoy, the AP rifle one. Group 2 is Samsa, 2 Tankos, deactivated Disco Ballers, Ryukin, Pangolin, and the 11-point Yarn. Really small points here, but I shifted the points from the Yarn into a Ninja Forward Observer instead of the Killer Hacker for evac. The boarding shotgun is so much better than attack bow, and it's unhackable. You had an extra point in the list, so I've actually turned the Yarn Yarn into a Flash Pulse bot. The Flash and the Yarn Yarn are kind of interchangeable, sort of, not really, but like they do different things, but it's up to you whether you put one in or not. You have enough smoke and close assault that it's not really necessary to have the Yarn Yarn. So my list is 2 Shikamis again, Ninja Forward Observer instead of the Killer Hacker, Rushi MSV1, the same core link of Kisatsu Thunderbolts, Kisatsu Hacker, Kisatsu LT, and Decoy. Group 2 is Samza, the 2 Tankos, Ryukin, a Pangling, and a Flash Pulse bot.
Very just clean, succinct changes.
Yeah, I think there's just I think the list, I mean, the premise of the list are largely good. I just think they needed little tweaks, and I'm not really here to create dramas. We're 2 weeks out from BCB, and I don't want to completely change the way people play their lists.
Oh, God, don't say we're 2 weeks out. I can't handle that.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks out.
God.
So I'm planning for. I am 2 weeks out from a wedding. There you go. 1 week out from moving house. 2 weeks out from a wedding. 3 weeks out from BCB. Woo!
I hope you make it to BCB.
I will be there. In some fashion, I will be there. Yeah, so I just didn't want to do too many huge changes. I think the Forward Observer Ninja is the better choice. I don't think the Ninja's actually doing anything with its Trinity that's going to save the Shikamis any effort. So I honestly think it's better.
Yeah, back that for sure.
Especially in evac, I think it's better.
It's a good vibe check.
Yeah.
Like you said, like what the fuck's it gonna do with attack bow? Like, at least bare minimum, this guy can kill something. Like, if he does nothing else, at least this guy can kill someone.
Well, I mean, all ninjas can kill someone because they've
got
just
MA3,
walk into them
right?
and fucking CC them.
Yeah, that's true.
So hopefully it's not ninjas aren't too far away from killing anybody. MA3? Yeah, I think they're MA3.
They are, yeah.
It's the Kuriyami ninjas that are MA2. So yeah, I think there's not a huge amount of changes here. Oban this list kind of plays itself.
Yeah,
it's the 100%. Same. Yeah, like I said, like you're seeing double. It's largely similar to the one that that we saw like in the start of the episode that I really liked. And in fact, it might be exactly the same as the list that that I put up, which is very funny.
It's got the Rushi, so you're all good. You've made different lists.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, sweet.
And with that, Tristan will have to probably. I'm going to mosey on out of here because it is getting late.
I am just deleting everyone's cameras because it's late.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Josh.
Good night, Josh. All right. Let us move on to. Is it me? Do we want to end on Tohaa again?
Right, I'm not too stressed.
That's all right. We can end on Tohaa.
Sure.
Okay, so we have philROSEY, a very dedicated member of the IGL, has sent us a vanilla Ariadna list. This is a really lovely list, and I like it. And they say that it can do every mission except potentially the custom mission, and that just might be because he hasn't played it and doesn't really understand what's required for it.
Oh, that's fair.
A winning attitude.
So, to start off, we have Colonel Veronin, the proper one. We have Equip Mirage 5. We have Bruant, AP Spitfire Infiltration. We have Bear Team Alpha, 2 Tractor Mules, Tank Hunter Chain of Command, Chashor Mine Layer. Group 2 is Usha, Chashor Mine Layer again, Nauf, Strelok FO, and a Warcore. I like the list a lot. I think when you're playing like suboptimal C faction like vanilla Ariadna, you just go balls to the walls with the strengths, and that's just the hyper aggression and the just ridiculous amount of attack vectors that you have. So you're just banking on winning every single LT roll. So I like this list, and I'm going to kind of split it into two variations, kind of like what Nick did with Luke. But I think it works a little bit better because the game plan is just fucking murder everything.
The game plan is kick your opponent in the throat and then continue kicking your opponent in the throat.
Yes. Do the bare minimum amount of objectives and make sure your opponent can't do the objectives. So the only thing that I really have against this list is you're playing Veronin and Chain of Command in Firefight. I don't think it's great if you do happen to go second, but you can do it if you're just banking on going first. So on the left, we have our Firefight list. We have the bear. I've put it in group 1 because I want it to smash face. We've still got Brant, we've still got Usha. We have the Tank Hunter LT instead. We have the 2 Cheshire Mine Layers and the Strelic FO and 1 Tractor Mule. Group 2 is Equip Mirage 5, Nauf, and Apache. And an Ermendino and a Tractor Mule. So we've swapped Veronin and the Chain of Command for the Tank Hunter LT, the Apache, and the Dino. We've put EM5 into Group 2. I think EM5 in Group 1 in the previous list works because you have Counter Intel and Strategos. EM5 is incredibly telling when it's in the list, so if it's in Group 1 and your opponent strips Group 1, neither groups are really going to be able to do anything. Depending on what group is stripped from, you can move one of the members from EM5 up into Group 1. This way, though, you still have Usha and Brant in Group 1 to scalpel, or you have 9 orders potentially to smash a bear into someone's face. I think the only real reason that you're changing Veronin is if you're going second, you're playing against a dedicated guided play, or something like Liang Kai or Fide. You've basically thrown Veronin away at least 50% of the time, which is a bit too risky for tournament play. So for list 2, which I've focused on evac. So the first one is Firefight in question mark. The second one's evac in question mark. What we've done here is we have the Veronin, we have the Equip Mirage 5 in Group 1, we have Brant, we still have the Bear team, Chashor FO, we have a 112 motorized with the electronic, we have a conductor, we have in Group 2 Nauf, Usha, Chashor Minelayer, Strelic FO, Ermendino, and a Warcore. So what we've done is I've changed one of the mine layers, Chashor mine layers, to an FO. I dropped the Tank Hunter Chain of Command entirely because in these missions, I don't think you need Veronin and Chain of Command. It's a bit too safe. So we've dropped that for a 112 and a bot. As we were saying before, 112 is the only bike that can do evac properly, and having a doctor is actually pretty handy. And we've upgraded one of the mule bots to a conductor, which is basically, it's still a 7-point regular order, but it can put down mines, so it's just better in ARO. And the Dino is an 8-point specialist that moves up the table for free and potentially might be able to grab a evac person.
Impetuous, I can't.
Impetuous.
He's a smoke thrower.
Evac's a ball buster.
Yes.
He is. He is a smoke thrower. So yeah, this list I'm kind of more happy with. I don't think Vanilla Ariadna is particularly great into Firefight if you go second. I think, you just like what Phil's done. You just have to run with like Equip Mirage 5 and Usha and like Brant being an infiltrating AP Spitfire. You just got to like smash your opponent in the face.
Yeah. It's a good plan though. Like if you can if you can just commit to that plan and do it as well as these two lists and Phil's original look like they're going to do it, like you're going to be able to achieve a fair bit in this mission lineup.
Yeah, if you can scalpel properly, even if your opponent kind of misdeploys even a little bit, Durok can come in and just fucking sweep 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
even if they have a good like mim ARO piece, like a Blair or something, Nauf might be pretty decent getting rid of that. I know it's kind of the best gun in the faction, except a Chernobog.
Yeah, that's unfortunately still just a bit of a coin flip.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And Bruant might be a one wound chick, but Mimetism surprise attack on an AP Spitfire. It's alright. I think it's kind of what Phil wants to run. I think if you're playing AVAC 112 is just mwah, it's just good.
I think you've clocked it pretty well, and I like what you've done here.
So which of these two lists would you do for Hammer of Dawn?
I think it depends. If I'm playing against a faction that runs guided, I might run the not Veronin list, but honestly, I'm more pushing the Veronin list because I want to go first. And Hammer of Dawn is so order intensive that docking me basically does nothing. They know I have counter intel, so they might not want to dock me at all. So I'm just up an order. So I'm probably running that. Ruart's a specialist. So can kind of do the mission herself, or the 112 can do it turn 1. The only unfortunate thing is Veronin can't really do Hammer of Dawn himself.
No.
The Tank Hunter, like a turn 2 or turn 3, might be able to do it.
Yeah.
But it would need help with smoke from bears and dinos and stuff like that.
But I was thinking, you could do it, we could try to do it with list 1, make a Bruant LT, and change that Tank Hunter back to a Chain of Command?
List 1's for firefight, so I don't think Bruant can be LT. He's there to shoot enough stuff. If he takes a random combi shot, you're in shit. I think you just kind of have to give up that 1 point for LT.
Yeah.
If it's not attainable realistically.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Take more Apaches, guys. Apaches are busted.
Apaches are very good.
Yeah.
How do they link?
They don't. But there's 6-2 super jump, 2 chain rifles, 2 grenades, berserk with really decent CC. They're just really annoying. They're NWI as well.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, they're quite
a whole
solid.
bunch of good little keywords on them.
They're basically like an Ariadna shooting, but not hackable.
That's cool.
Or an Ariadna, maybe not shooting, but what's the other one? Anyway, like an Ariadna version of like a light HI.
That's cool.
Sure.
Hit us up with some Tohaa.
Okay. So full disclosure here, I'm not a Tohaa player. I don't build Tohaa lists. When I saw Tohaa on the sheet, I crawled into Ed from Canberra's DMs and begged him for assistance. So full credit to Ed. He is very, very good at Tohaa and was kind enough to do me a solid with helping me out to make Josh's list for BCB better. So the list Josh originally sent, according to him, he felt capable of doing a lot of the lineup really comfortably. He thought about making a specialized list for Firefight. When I was chatting with Ed about that, Ed really disagreed and thought that instead of a specialized list for Firefight, Tohaa really want a specialized list for Evac. And once I sort of said that to Josh, he agreed. So we are looking at some fairly standard Tohaa shenanigans with an active LT tack wheel backed up with a Sukiel HMG and a missile launcher. The Agao and Samsa can sort of clear out any of like the midfield crap for the tack wheel and the second tack wheel to do their thing. So this list does Hammer of Dawn like no one's business to no one's surprise, basically. So this one is Samsa, Sukiel missile launcher paired with 2 Kael'tars, both of which have state-issued friends and state-issued bombs. Another Sukiel, this time the HMG, paired with a Sukiel forward observer with a K1 combi rifle, and the tack wheel chain of command with Endgame and Mirrorball. The Gao specialist with the Vulcan Shoddy, the best walker in the game with the diplomatic delegate, the tack wheel lieutenant +1 order, the 2 mine layer Karui sentinels with EM mines, 2 Chaxa baggage bots in the name motorized bounty hunter. So I sent this to Ed, and the notes I received back were Some reorganized groups. Added another cock because you're probably going to lose an LT in Hammer of Dawn. Added the best 8 points in the game. Never leave home without your Libertos. I strongly agree with that. Swap the Gal for a Kriegel and reorganize the Triad into 2 duos instead. Use your K1 combi endgame and +1 burst breaker pistols if you need to clear things up close. Kriegel are amazing because they're a 6 cents eraser and mirror ball and can cause no end of problems for opponents. And again, it's another a reliable source of mirror ball to lean harder into Tohaa BS. Samsa, he might want to be Eclipsos FO instead. And yeah, evac is definitely Tohaa's hardest mission. But yeah, the extra independent FO can sort of potentially help with that. The motorized bounty hunter really wants to be the 9.1, but there was not a spare single point in the list. And I don't begrudge Ed that. I begrudge Nick that because Nick's my co-host and I can be mean to him. I don't begrudge Ed that because Ed's a lovely person.
And the best goddamn Tohaa player in the world.
Currently. So the list is now a K1 combi rifle Sukiel forward observer, a Kriegel with breaker combi rifle, grenade launcher Dante, PT eraser and PT mirror ball, tack wheel chain of command Samsa, then the Sukiel HMG. Sorry, I got that all mixed up. So those are 2 duos, I believe. Samsa, the 3 Chaksa FTOs with sensor and baggage.
Hell yeah.
Absolute DZ fuckery there. The motorized bounty hunter who is sad that is 8 points. Diplomatic delegate Liberto spine layer because you've got Swick for days. Tack wheel lieutenant +1 order. And then the Sukiel missile launcher with 1 KLTAR chain of command, 1 regular KLTAR, both of whom with their state-issued friend and state-issued bomb.
Very nice.
I really like all the changes. The Kriegel's super inspired. 6 Cents Eraser sounds like one of the most obnoxious
that sounds
bits of
awful.
bullshit in the game.
That sounds absolutely awful.
Like in capture and protect, like you just deploy it near your fucking beacon, and you're like, hope you fucking have Warhorse.
Yeah, with one of your 3 baggage spots with flamethrowers. Like, yeah. Now that rocks.
Good luck, fuckface.
Good luck, have fun. Yeah.
I also love being Trinitied on every Vitality model I have.
No, Eraser is the Isolate one.
Is it? I love being Oblivion on every Vitality model I have.
Yeah, so long as they're not a Warhorse, good luck picking up the fucking puck and capture and protect.
Yeah, fuck that.
Go Flashbot 6/6 move.
Yeah, go Flash Pulse.
Can't be erasered.
Whee!
Flash Pulse Spot is just like, I'm on a mission from God. He's running forward.
He's the only one that can do it.
He's the only one who can do it. No, I really like all the changes that Ed made. It's changing from triads to duos is really, really good for Tohaa. I love Miyasukiel, K1 Combi Rifle Forward Observer. The HMG is good, so is the tack wheel chain of command. Just the more chain of command is really good. The only downside potentially is firefighters. There's some weird chain lieutenant kills that can potentially happen, but like if you're a Tohaa player and you're losing that many models in your turn, something has gone horribly wrong already. So you should be able to.
Can you endgame and mirror ball through repeaters?
No.
Okay. I'm just sitting there thinking, why does the Sukiel have a deployable repeater?
It just does.
Okay.
That's literally it. Just does.
First one's free.
It's there in case you're playing tag team.
You didn't have a choice.
Yeah. I remember, I think John at one point, because when he was talking about his winning list from BCB with Kev, was like, yeah, the deployable repeater makes people think I have some kind of hacking game. I don't. People just like play into it though. It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, I really like all the changes. I think it keeps a lot of the essence of Josh's list there. Boy, howdy, do I wish you could find that 1 point though to turn that motorized bounty hunter into the good one. But I understand that sacrifices must be made. And yeah, Josh, build a specialized list for evac, and I'm sure you'll have a really good time. I think this mission lineup is really good for Tohaa, and I think this list takes advantage of a lot of that.
Yeah. Tohaa's always been hard to play into things like firefight.
Oh god, yeah. But yeah, no, special thank you to Ed for for helping us out on this one. Really appreciate it. It was really, really kind of him to donate his time like that. Liam makes a good point. If you make the Sukiel missile launcher a K1 sniper instead, you can then get the motorized bounty hunter. I don't know if that's worth it though, but it is an option you have.
Yeah. I mean, what's a motorized bounty hunter really doing in evac anyway?
Who
Killing
knows?
shit.
Killing shit.
It's just running up the board and going, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you needed to
Alright.
do.
But this is a very good list. Like
Uh,
me some good Tohaa bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a round of applause for Liam, who has sat through
What, like 7 hours of
3 hours and 17 minutes of Loss of Lieutenant rambling, and false lists, illegal lists.
Multiple illegal links from Dante Harrower.
Yep. So just a quick round of applause for Liam for being the most dedicated Patreon member we have.
Absolutely.
If you want to join our Patreon, it is $3 at patreon.com/Loss of Lieutenant. You will get to join us in a live studio audience and yell at us when we get things wrong. Although no one yelled at Dante, and that made me a bit sad.
We were fucking on top of it tonight, being like, Dante, stop building illegal links.
Oh, Dante.
Yeah, you guys yelled at me, so the audience didn't have to.
Absolutely.
It's easy. It's quicker to yell than type.
Thank you for bearing with us through technical issues as well tonight, guys. Really appreciate it. We're a small indie company. You can't be mad at us.
Now have discovered
have to edit this one.
Well, now that I've discovered that the thing that makes people's voices cut out is the fuck off Discord noise suppression.
Yes.
I'm so fucking happy. Jordan hasn't disappeared once since he turned it off. And it was driving me crazy because I had no fucking idea what was going on.
Love to hear it. Well, that's good. Now we can sort of work around things.
Yep.
Looking like a very good set of lists for BCB, I reckon.
If you have made it to the end, guys, I will let you know in 3 weeks from now, we will be streaming Burn City Brawl from the Loss of Lieutenant YouTube channel. I guess times and dates can be posted soonish, but it will be a blast.
Gonna be sick.
You can catch myself, Nick, and Tristan, who will be rotating on commentary all throughout the weekend.
Hell yeah. We'll manage to get the ultimate game this time instead of me fucking up the recording.
Oh boy.
There were 4 people who
Edits who have loved and lost.
Well,
it'll be fine.
It was the one commentary game with Kevin, and it made me really happy that Kevin was commentating a game with me. And I was like, oh, I didn't record it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. I've been Tristan. Oh, fuck you, Jordan.
I've been Dante.
And I've been Jordan, and we will see you guys next time.
Alonzi!